Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid?
You might be honest.
All right, here's what's going on in the Nasty Cup.
Well, it's Monday night and we're ready to strike. Our special forces are in full flight. Do you know what song this is? We're coming by air and on the ground. Monday Night Football's taking over the town. We got to get ready. We got to get right. It's going to be a battle in the NFL tonight. It doesn't really have the same gravitas when you just read it. So get ready. I mean, get ready. Are you ready for some football? A Monday night invasion? Yeah, this is Rockin' Randall Hank with a special elect for the nation. Here come the hits, the bangs, the blocks, and the spikes, because all my rowdy friends drop in on Monday night. Remember that?
Is that
Let's
Hank
see if
Williams
it'll play
Jr.?
here. Let's see if it'll play. Oh, no. Here come the hits, the bangs,
that's
the
me.
blocks, and the spikes.
I just unmuted
myself by accident. All right, it's Monday Night Football. It needs the lyrics. It needs the whole music behind it.
You can find that song.
Yeah, we can find it here. Will we get kicked off the air if we play that? Hank Williams. It was
Maybe
Hank
in
Williams
Russia?
Jr., right?
Yeah.
Hank Williams Jr., Monday Night Football song. Does everybody remember that one? Here's it from December 26,
Well, didn't it have like a
1994.
piano in the background?
Hang on. Let's just get through the ad. Dut, dut, dut. You were just whistling that before we came on the air.
Yeah, I was.
The song or the Hank Williams song or just the Monday Night Football theme song?
No, the theme song.
Okay, let's see if this will
Dun,
work.
dun, dun, dun.
Hang on.
Record in the NFL. The San Francisco 49ers, owners of the
for
best
Frank
record in the
Gifford, is it
NFL,
not?
will bring you tonight the most spectacular showcase the league has to offer.
December 26,
To begin,
1994.
has
Just
brought
pulled
for
this
your
off
viewing
YouTube.
pleasure, Steve Young.
Santa's lifting a cover off the TV.
Joe Montana's long shadow. He is on his way to an unprecedented fourth.
Yeah, Steve Young did okay.
title, and
Step it out of Joe Montana's
the
shadow.
Team record, 34 touchdown passes.
Okay, let's skip
Who is
ahead here.
emerged as- Wait until January. The
Come on.
49ers in performance for 28 football.
Here we go. Yeah, this is
The
it.
piano.
This is it.
Well, it's Monday night and we're ready to rock. Time to catch all the hits, the bangs, and the blocks. It's the season finale coming at you.
Oh, they changed the lyrics for each one, yeah.
Ready for a holiday cheer. We gotta get ready. We gotta get right. Minnesota and San Fran wrap it up tonight.
There we go. Minnesota San Fran.
So get ready.
Here, yeah, this is the part.
Get ready.
Yeah, this is the part, right?
Get ready. Are you ready for some football? A Monday night party. We got Frank and Al and Dan.
Yeah, it's still Gifford, Michaels, and Deerdorf. There's a bunch. I'm watching a bunch of highlights of Chris Carter and Jared Rice.
All my
Here we go.
rowdy friends are back for Monday.
All right, there we go. A little bit of nostalgia to kick off the show, so to speak. You can text us 780-780. I almost gave out the chorus number. I did give out my own cell phone number once. I don't think anybody caught it.
I remember
780-218-9999 is how you can text us on the River Cree Resort and Casino afternoon inbox. River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. You can also email reid@edmontonsportstalk.com, jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. And of course, if you're taking us in on YouTube, now we are on audio streaming apps, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, but if you also have YouTube going, you can give us the thumbs up there as well and post in the nasty chat. Like, how many people, what we just played there, let's just do an informal poll. You can just say yes or no, or remembered it, or what was that? How many people remember that Hank Williams Jr. theme song for Monday Night Football, and how many people were sitting there thinking, what are you guys talking about? Because for a lot of people, that's Monday Night Football.
Oh, yeah.
Da, 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 da. The helmet's dropping out of the sky. Gifford does the little bit of narration to set up the game, and then the piano comes in. But the part I remember the most is the all my rowdy friends part.
Yeah.
That's what really stuck in my brain the most.
Well, and wasn't there a Saturday Night Live spoof on it with Chris Farley as Hank Williams
Oh,
Jr.?
probably. I wish I'll have to find that later. We're not going to go down the YouTube rabbit hole during the show.
He came into
I love Chris Farley.
the recording studio with a bottle of Jack, and he's like, "I'm ready," and like and like the producer's like, "Okay, Hank, just do the lines."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I'm ready." It was a really good one. You'll have to look it up.
So, yeah, it's Monday night. It's a Monday Night Football doubleheader. What do we have today? Buccaneers and Texans.
Tuba and who
Yeah. And then
La
Chargé
versus Louvre.
Les Chargé and Pete Carroll and Geno Smith, the former Seahawks connection, now with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Of the two games, both I think are going to be good games. Of the two, though, that Chargers-Raiders game is going to be interesting. There's some bad blood between Harbaugh and Carroll from years past. So,
Even going back to the NCAA days?
yeah.
Because didn't Pete Carroll win with USC?
Yes.
And then it was like, you were cheating. We're recruiting stuff. Wasn't that 06? So that was a little bit of Hank Williams Jr. off the top. I remember, some people will get this, some people won't. Growing up north of Evansburg, Monday Night Football was like this mythical thing that if I ever had access to watch it, it would be the greatest thing ever in my life. Right? Like you didn't get Monday Night Football.
No.
You either heard the score on, CHQT or Ched the next morning, or you saw it in the Edmonton Journal or Edmonton Sun and looked at the box score. Like there wouldn't always even be highlights on the late night sports, right? Or it wouldn't be up late going to school. And then when I came to university, my first year of university, I lived at my Aunt Mary's place, and so she has cable, Edmonton cable.
Ooh.
So I was like, I'm going to watch Monday Night Football.
And
I was like, wow, I remember seeing like the first intro. So the helmets like drop out of the sky. Da, 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 da. Like it seemed like the volume went up.
yeah.
And then Hank Williams comes in and I was just like, what am I watching? Like, is this like the production? It wasn't like, And welcome to this afternoon showdown between the Winnipeg Blue Bombers and the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Oh, it might rain today, so you better hang on to that slippery pigskin, fellas. The Saskatchewan Roughriders come in with a record of 3-6, having dropped 5 in a row. The Bombers, meanwhile, have their 4th-string quarterback, a new kid out of the University of Southern Mississippi. You'll never hear of him again. Like this was like, it's like, oh my God. It's the NFL. It's Monday Night Football.
Well, and it still is Monday Night Football.
It still is Monday Night Football. Okay, so is the shine, though, I shouldn't say the shine, because the NFL is so big.
Mm-hmm.
It's the biggest league in North America. I hesitate to say the world because I can't grasp, I think, how big F1 is in some parts of the world and just how big, football, soccer is in parts of the, especially Europe.
Yes.
Like the English Premier League is pretty big, all that kind of stuff. Like in North America, it's the absolute king. Like I always used to say when I would
by
talk
a long
about this,
shot.
Like it's not the big four, it's the gigantic one and the big three. But I feel as if Monday Night Football used to get the marquee matchups. I feel as now Sunday Night Football generally gets the better matchups. Generally. Like if you look at the schedule ahead of time, if you had to pick one night, you'd probably pick Sunday night. And that's, because it went on NBC. It went on, network television in the United States, in 06, because they're doing their 20th season now. So I feel like Sunday Night Football has become the marquee game, but you still get the odd, you still get good games on Monday and on Thursday. But I feel like Sunday night has become the marquee night. But when I got into actually being able to watch the NFL week after week, it was the Monday nighter, no doubt about it. That was the marquee game. I mean, they didn't even always have Sunday Night Football, right? So it's changed a little bit. It's still Monday Night Football. It's that extra day of football. It's the NFL's gift to its fans. You think things ended on Sunday? No, we're going to give you another day. So you don't have to wait quite as long for another game.
Well, I'm just looking forward here. Next Sunday, it's Chiefs at Giants, followed by Lions at Ravens on Monday. So Monday gets the nod there.
That's a pretty good game, yeah.
For sure. The following week, Packers-Cowboys Sunday, Jets-Dolphins.
Yeah, Sunday, obviously. Like, I don't even think they would dare put Jets-Dolphins on a Sunday, even for fun. I remember,
Jets-Dolphins shouldn't even be televised.
They shouldn't even be allowed them to play. They
should cancel the
game.
game.
Just give both teams a loss.
No, both teams get half a point. That's fair.
Just cancel it out. Loser gets relegated to the CFL
Yeah, loser
East.
walks. Loser becomes
Loser
the 10th team.
Yeah.
The CFL's 10th team problem is solved.
So I remember, now this is one of these stories where I wish I could go back. Well, I could probably find the schedule somewhere. But my memory of Sunday Night Football, so when did I come to university? 1991, fall of 1991, okay? And I don't even think there was a Sunday night game every week. I think it was maybe just like a partial season thing. But it was, in the States, it would have been either on ESPN or TNT or TBS or something, which not every household would have had, right?
Right.
So that was like the niche game. But TSN would show it in Canada. So I believe one of the games, so you got to remember, this was 1991, and I think it was Patriots-Colts. Okay, this was we need to put people in the mindset of this was long before Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, right?
Yes.
I know the Patriots had their miracle run to the Super Bowl in 85 or 86, but these were two stinkball bottom feeder franchises, and that's how they marketed the game. We got a terrible game for you with terrible teams. You should have no expectations, and I think it might have ended like 6-3 or something like that. I wish I
2006.
That's
was when Sunday
went
Night
into
Football.
NBC. And was the first Sunday night game, was it a Manning Bowl? No, that was the next year.
Pro Football Hall of Fame game, which was it was
preseason.
open the
so what was
preseason.
it wasn't Colts Giants in 06, was it?
I'm just trying to find what was the first game.
What was the first regular season game on an actual Sunday night for Sunday Night Football?
Indianapolis Colts, New York Giants.
It was the Manning Bowl. Okay. Yeah, I can't. Well, maybe it was that game. Yeah, I can't find the game I'm talking about. It could be one of those memories that's, is that the Mandela effect? No, that wouldn't be the Mandela effect. That's where a bunch of other people would remember it too. Anyway, it is Monday Night Football. We do not have Hank Williams Jr. here. I'm sure some people were thinking like, do they have Hank Williams Jr. on the show? Maybe there was a Thursday night game they were marketing as an all-time worst matchup. But like the Patriots and the Colts, like they were both bad for a long time. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. How old do you think Hank Williams Jr. is?
Is he still with us?
Yes, he is.
Then I will say that he is, let me think here. I'm going to say he is 73.
76.
Okay. I was in the ballpark.
Also known as Bocephus.
As what?
Bocephus.
Is that his real name?
Randall Hank Williams, known professionally as Hank Williams Jr. or Bocephus,
I've never heard that.
is an American singer. I've heard that. I don't know where. Maybe it was in that skit.
Okay.
Chris Farley skit.
All right. Thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. So we do Monday Night Football is a doubleheader. Jay's going to have a play of the day for Monday Night Football. The Elks, man, oh man, a tough one in Toronto on Saturday afternoon. We will talk about that extensively. The Oilers rookies lose twice to the Flames rookies as we roll into main camp, starting with the medicals and physicals on Wednesday. I went to the game Friday night at Rogers Place. It ended 6-5 Calgary. It was not that close. It was 6-2, and the Oilers rookies got 3 goals in the final 5 minutes, including one with 2 seconds left. We'll dive into it more a little bit on. I do think Matt Savoy was the best player on Edmonton. I thought Connor Clattenburg plays a very noisy game, and I think he's one of those players that he understands how he's going to make it in professional hockey if indeed he does make it. You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Yeah. So He didn't have a goal, but he fought a couple of times.
Right.
And he's one of those players, his last name, his name sounds like how he plays. Connor Clattenburg. Yeah. Kind of like Kyle Clutterbuck.
Right.
You
Can surprise you with
hear
the odd snipe, but he's not afraid to get into the dirty areas.
Yeah, you hear that name and you have certain expectations. So we'll talk more about the Elks. We'll talk more about the Oilers rookies. Jed Roberts is going to join us. We'll look at some NFL storylines and crazy fun things that happened yesterday. And well, actually, I didn't watch the Sunday Nighter. What did I miss?
Not much.
Okay.
That was a waste. That's another game. They should have just canceled it. After the first quarter, no, this isn't good enough. Let's put on Law and Order.
Go home, everybody. Get out of here,
Put on
kids.
Law and Order reruns. Be more entertaining.
Well, with Sam Waterston, what's his name?
I just thought of that because they did like 35 years of it or something. The cast was on stage at the Emmys last night or something.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, the Emmys were last night.
Didn't watch that
I
either.
did not watch the Emmys. I like, with the award shows, I like watching the Oscars.
ESTIES.
Even though and I like watching the ESTIES, which are tomorrow.
Yes.
At the Metro Cinema at the Garneau, and we're going to be there. Well, obviously, we're going to be there for the awards. We're going to do our show from the lobby again or somewhere there.
Yeah.
We don't know where exactly they're going to
Probably right from the same spot.
Maybe in front of the popcorn machine.
The lobby.
So that'll be pretty fun. We had a blast. That was like one of our first shows.
Yeah. Are you going to go across the street to Remedy and get coffees for us again?
Okay, you know what? Actually, where I got the coffees last year? Okay, when we did the show from the... where the Ford brothers were. The Bell.
Yeah, the
Bell.
Bell and Skona.
Yes, that's when I went to Remedy. Last year, there's a coffee place above the Sugar Bowl.
Oh.
That was really cool. That's where I got the coffees from last year, but I can't remember what it was called.
Huh. Maybe I'll come with you this time.
Yeah. Well, we'll have
Go
time.
stretch our legs.
Yeah, we usually don't. We don't need a lot of prep time for the show as we keep proving on a daily basis. What? I'm just saying. So the ESTIES are tomorrow. Yeah, I probably should take more interest in the Emmys because the Emmys, like TV, has become in some ways a more prominent medium of storytelling than cinema, perhaps.
Well, it could have prepared you for speeches for tomorrow night.
True, if I need to have any.
I think you're going to have to be prepared for speeches. So what do we got here for categories? So guess of the year, no. Moment of the year. Are you up for that?
I think Mockery's up for that.
Okay.
Oh, the first appearance of the Bookbinder might be up for that.
Rookie of the year.
I am up for Rookie of the Year, oddly enough.
Show of the year.
We're up. You and I are up for Show of the Year. Well, I guess and Coob too.
Of course.
He's on the show.
Of course. Coob actually surprising. Like, you don't know. You're attached to a lot of these nominations, Coob. Right? Just being a part of the shows that you produce.
You get to go up with everything, pretty much.
I'd assume so. I wasn't told.
You
I'm
should
not
just
gonna
go
be
up
allowed.
every second
Even
award.
for the
Every
Nielsen
award, just
show
go
or
up.
something.
Just
walk
go up and
Just
say,
go up.
you know,
Just say, hey guys,
this is part of the producers union. Trev and I accept this award.
it's in the contract.
Gutsiest performance you're up for?
I definitely am up for that one. Yes.
On location? Are you?
I was away. It's the Reid Wilkins show is nominated, but I was not there for that show that's nominated. It was
Wouldn't
the
that
one
be
you and
something?
Matt did. So you and Matt would have to go up and get it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Episode of the year?
I don't think we're up for episode of the year. No, I don't think we had one at all on the list.
Controversy of the year?
Well, Tom trying to give me a peanut butter cookie is on the list, yes.
Yeah, I think you're going to probably at least get 2 awards, maybe 3.
And I think if is gentleman's sweep actually a thing, do I go up if that wins?
What do you mean? The show of the year?
No, but I think
Episode
the
of the year?
controversy of the year was the gentleman's sweep and the definition of it. Did that make the Final Four?
Let's just put it this way. Much like I just said to Coob, I think you can go up whenever you like.
Just go up there.
Yeah.
Just wander up there. Hey, how's everybody doing today? Well, sure are a lot of people here.
No.
Jasmine says Reid will get PSLs this time, being basic and all. I understand most of that.
I don't know what basic means.
I don't know what basic means. I think it means I'm simple.
Oh.
Just a simple man. I have simple tastes.
Are your parents coming tomorrow night?
They are probable.
Oh.
If I were to use like the...
Kate?
Yes.
Game time decision?
Yeah, well, I'd say they're probable. Yeah. So the Elks were in the lead, and Cody Fajardo fumbled, and they fell behind. They did get the lead back, but then they lost, and that fumble was one of the big blows in the game that cost the Elks. So we're going to use fumbling as the inspiration for the off-topic topic presented by William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. Tell us about a time you fumbled something or you committed a costly fumble. Now, it can be sports, but it can be life. Did you fumble? Well, I don't want to lead people too much, but we can say, did you fumble your proposal to your spouse? Did you fumble a speech? Did you fumble the tray of champagne you were carrying into your grandma's birthday party? Did you fumble your keys and drop them down a drain? A time you committed in life or sports a costly fumble.
I fumble so much that it's hard to pinpoint. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Yes.
Like, I'm the worst around we don't use our dishwasher much. We just usually have the little scrub brush, with the liquid dish soap in it.
Okay.
And we use that, and then we dry them in the sink beside it, in a drying rack.
All right.
I break more glassware in that process than I would ever like to admit. It's bad. My hands slip. They're soapy, and I'm trying to get them into the drying rack, and things happen. Things get shattered. So I can be clumsy.
So you've
at
broken
times.
numerous glasses in your own home.
Yes. That happens. That's not my wife would know. A lot of gentle stuff, like wine glasses.
Yeah.
That, maybe need a little bit more care.
Yeah.
I'll just break them.
Are your hands too meaty?
Yeah, maybe I'm just such a bulky.
You're such a Brutus
that I just can't handle skinny glassware. What are you fumbling?
Hey, what is that? Jay bringing in the glasses? Oh, hang on, I'm muted.
Maybe I think I hear him coming now.
Yeah,
I'll just.
now I got to mute the station.
You're just.
This is what happens when I play Hank Williams Jr. Yeah, I was trying to think of this. I'm a pretty clumsy person. So, a time I fumbled something, I mean, in terms of my delivery on the show, numerous times.
Well, that happens
much when you're talking for a living. Maybe I'll think of something more specific as we go on. But that's what you can tell us. A time you fumbled something, you can post in the Nasty Chat on YouTube. You can text the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, 780-218-9999. We got Jay's Play of the Day. And we got talk about the Oilers training camp stories, looking a little bit more at those rookie games. And, of course, we'll share some thoughts on the Elks loss in Toronto and what comes next for them. Here is Zachary Kubish.
Carson Wentz is the expected starter for Minnesota heading into Week 3 against Cincinnati. J.J. McCarthy out 2 to 4 weeks with a high ankle sprain he suffered yesterday against the Falcons. Elsewhere, Jaden Daniels' availability is up in the air for the Commanders this week after he sprained his left knee Thursday night in Green Bay. In Monday Night Football action, there's 2 games on the docket. Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers visit the Texans for 5 o'clock kickoff, while at 8, Vegas hosts LA as the Chargers, led by Justin Herbert, take on the Raiders. Stop by Sally's Sports Bar and Lounge with Lieutenant Eric down at Century Casino on Fort Road for both matchups. Meanwhile, Trey Savage gets the ball for his MLB debut with the Jays. Toronto playing the first of 4 games against Tampa with first pitch just after 5:30. While in soccer, Canadian Jonathan David is one of 6 nominees for this year's CONCACAF Men's Player of the Year. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring, proudly serving Edmonton and area for over 30 years. Their West End showroom is open 7 days a week. You can shop online at paramountflooring.ca. The Reid Wilkins Show continues following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
2 guys and a
The
goalie.
Oilers will need 30 goals combined from youngsters Ike Howard and Matt Savoy.
Yeah, hire it. I'm hiring it.
It's possible and somewhat necessary to fill in some of the goals that have left.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Or Connor and Leon have to both have 60.
Both have 60, which who knows? Or you never know. I mean, I think
It's funny to say
2
that.
guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Win big this NFL season at the Canadian Brewhouse presented by Bud Light. You could win a trip to Super Bowl 60, plus prizes like smokers, Bud Light coolers, and a trip to an NFL home opener next season. Enjoy $1 off Bud Light and Budweiser tankers. Details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
The leaves are turning, and just like golf season, time is running out to get in on Play Alberta's biggest offer ever. For a limited time only, new players can get up to a $1,000 casino bonus when they sign up. There's never been a better time to join the fun. Visit playalberta.ca today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Fall football in your living room just became the fan zone. Before you move in the giant screen, make space to cheer on your favorite team with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click.
Hope you're having a great Monday afternoon. Along with Jason Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. The next Elks game is Saturday at 5 o'clock. They will visit Hamilton. We will have the Green and Gold kickoff show at 4 o'clock with Jason Milne and Matthew Awanek. That was the Thumb Click remix. Here's the original.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
So now you've heard them both, so no excuse. Get in there and click that thumbs up. We want to get to at least 100 thumbs every show. We're already at 44, so don't slow down. Keep clicking away. Let's see how high we can get today. Plenty to discuss, plenty of good times to be had as we're with you until 6 o'clock. Jason, I call you Jason Milne, but I don't usually refer to you as Jason, but I did it there.
Oh, well, you can refer to me however you want.
Fair enough. Jay.
Young man.
Quickly. You were at the Huskies Wildcats. You did a broadcast from there yesterday. How'd it go?
It was fantastic. Massive crowd. Came out to JP Bowl. Beautiful weather. We had Jason Lorimer, the GM of the club, as well as John Belmont, former defensive backs coach at the U of A. Big part of the Huskies program, does their broadcast. He's a wealth of knowledge. So it was fun. Got to hang out. Rob from the Grove was there.
Oh, nice.
They celebrated actually the 2004-2000. The Huskies in 04 and 05 won back-to-back national championships.
My cousin was on that team.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they celebrated that team. So there were lots of, I saw Simeon Rotier there, Ian McLean was there, Mike McLean, lots of Huskies alumni.
Yeah.
So it was great.
Does Ian still work for the city of Edmonton?
Ian lives in Halifax.
Okay, I was wondering about that. Because when he was coaching the Huskies, he also worked for the city of Edmonton.
Yes,
and he was
did.
in charge of the elections.
Yeah.
So, and now there's a civic election coming up in a few weeks, right? I can't remember the exact date. So he would be coaching every 3 or 4 years. He would be coaching deep into the season and trying to organize a civic election.
Right.
Yeah.
And I actually spoke with him for quite a while. He's a listener. He listens all the time.
No way.
in
I
Halifax.
always love talking to Ian. So who's he? Did he go there to coach?
No, he got there to get the hell out of here.
Oh, he just left. Okay.
Yeah, he needed a change. So him and his family moved there. They love it there. And actually, I said we should have him on the show.
From that part of the world? I can't remember.
No, I think Ian's from...
He's probably horrified that I can't remember all these facts about him now. If he's,
I doubt that.
He'll text me if he still has my number.
No, he wants
He might be Reid, you little snake.
I said we should have him on the show because it's the 20-year anniversary.
That would
of
be a
those
fun
championship
just to catch up with.
Yeah. Lovely guy. But it was great. It was a fun atmosphere. The Wildcats ended up winning 33-20. They were up 24-0 at one point, were the Wildcats. They came out.
So didn't this happen in both the games between them where the winning team had to hang on? The come from ahead victory, so to speak?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like that when the Huskies got them last week in Emerald Hills. But the Wildcats enacted some revenge yesterday.
But there's still a lot to play for. Colts, Rifles, Wildcats are tied for 3rd through 5th at 2 and 3. And then even the Huskies at 1 and 4 are a game out of 3rd.
Well, and we looked at the schedule going down. You know, there's 3 games left.
Yeah.
The Huskies have a much more favorable schedule. They have a home and home against Calgary.
Yeah, you got to win them.
Where Edmonton has to go out to Saskatoon. Wow. They still play Regina.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's going to be interesting coming down the
Hilltops and the Thunder are both 4-1.
Yeah.
The Toppers, some people call them.
The Toppers.
Is Sarge still the coach?
He is, man.
Yeah, I interviewed him when I was doing my practicum there.
Yeah, old Sarge. He's a lovely man. Love to hate him when you play against him.
Oh, yeah, because the Hilltops,
they just destroy
win
you
quite often, don't
yes, they do.
Yeah.
But that's a credit to him. He's a damn fine coach.
Yes.
And that organization is run top to bottom, first class. You should see their clubhouse. They did $1 million renovation on the Hilltops clubhouse.
A junior team.
The locker stalls at the Huskies clubhouse are nicer than the Elks.
Really?
That's not a joke. They have lights inside of them, like they're all backlit.
Right.
It's beautiful.
It's like when you
facility.
see those University of Oregon ones, like don't they fold out? Because Nike
those are next level.
Those would be nicer than some NFL teams, probably.
Most NFL teams.
Or most NFL teams, yeah.
A lot of these programs, these college programs, these big college programs
in the States. I've heard there's a lot of money in that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I watched the end of that Texas A&M Notre Dame game.
Yeah.
The people, college sports is popular. I mean, obviously the football, it's a high level, but it's also the unpredictability, right? And I felt bad for the kid that bobbled the snap on the extra point for Notre Dame because then they kept showing them. But if for people who didn't see this, Notre Dame got a touchdown with 2 or 3 minutes left to go up 6, and they bobbled the extra point and did not get a point. They kick off. Texas A&M runs the kickoff back for a touchdown. Wait a minute, there's a flag. There's an illegal block. Texas A&M drives down the field, and then was it not 4th down they got the touchdown on?
Yes.
And there was a clear hold on the play. Did you see that? The defensive
I saw it on socials.
Got tackled from behind, but I mean,
it was bad.
Missed. And then Texas A&M kicked the extra point, and they won the game. So no shortage of thrills there. Hey, you know what? This is thrilling. We got to welcome somebody new to the show. Portions of this hour presented by Little Buckaroo Design. Woo. Do you know these folks?
Little Buckaroo.
Since 2015, Little Buckaroo Design in New Sarepta has been saying, heck yeah, we can do that. From heat press and embroidery to rhinestones, sublimation, DTF, signs, and custom decals. Decals. Heck yeah, we can do that. Michelle and her team can make it happen. Stop by the showroom at 5063 Center Ave in New Sarepta, or you can call 780-984-2872, or you can check out their website at lilbuckaroodesign.ca. So 780-984-2872.
Heck yeah!
Little Buckaroo Design. So little, it's like L-I-L, Buckaroo. Everybody knows how to spell Buckaroo, don't they? Lil. B-U-C-K-A-R-O-O design.ca.
Nasties, too.
Awesome stuff.
Listeners.
Yeah, it's awesome to have them on board. That's cool.
Fans of EST.
And it shows, New Sarepta. It's not in Edmonton. It's outside of Edmonton.
Yeah.
But they want to be advertising with us.
Well, if you don't need to go into the big city. If you're out in that area, go say hi.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Heck yeah.
So portions of this hour, including this chat coming up, presented by Little Buckaroo Design in New Sarepta. Awesome stuff. So let's do some Elk stuff. Where do you want to begin, Jay? Okay, a time the off-topic topic for William Huff was a time you fumbled something. So an incredibly costly fumble by Cody Fajardo late in the fourth quarter that gave Toronto a lead that they didn't keep, but then obviously it helped them win the game. What are your thoughts on that play, first of all?
Well, I've never gotten too high or too low on interceptions or turnovers or fumbles as long as you have more than the other team, which in this case, they sure did. So, okay, fumbles are going to happen. The ball was stripped out of Cody Fajardo's hands.
About 3.5 left when it happened.
Yeah, and, I think they were up 27-21 at that point.
Yep.
And, David Beard tries to cover it up. Doesn't happen. Are you going to... That's a tough one, too. Because in the heat of a battle, in the quickness and speed of a game, those balls aren't exactly sticky either. They're slipping around. So Toronto recovers it, takes it in, goes ahead in the game. I just thought that, first, Edmonton or Toronto had 6 turnovers, Reid.
Yes.
If I was to tell you that Cody Fajardo had a 90% completion rate and threw for 2 touchdowns, and Toronto gave up 6 turnovers, what would you say would be the final score?
I don't know, 41-7.
Exactly. How were they in the game?
I know.
Well, all of Edmonton's points came off of turnovers. It just seemed like although Cody Fajardo put up great numbers, they weren't able to get anything going on offense. Their second down conversion rate was 33%.
Yeah.
Of those 18 second down attempts, 13 of them were 7 yards or longer, which tells me this, that first down is incredibly inefficient. They aren't doing anything on first down, specifically in the run game. So, and I did mention this in the post game, that running scheme that they like to do with the extra offensive linemen, I've been critical of it. It worked last game against Calgary, but then they went back to putting Mark Evans on the line or very close to it and not coming from depth, not coming from Cody Fajardo's side. So I don't know. I thought at the end of the game when they were going for a field goal, I was frustrated watching that. I don't like that. That's not a winning mentality to say, okay, let's eat clock, and then set ourselves up for a field. Go for the kill. Go for a touchdown. Put this to bed. And they didn't do that. And then coming back the other way, they were in somewhat of a prevent D. Made Daggy look like, he's a superstar in the league. I mean, Daggy was 3 for 6 for 35 yards. So just a frustrating end to the game. I think it was mismanaged by coaching, to be honest with you.
So here was the situation. The Elks had the ball. What was the clock at? 4:14 left on their own 31, and they're up 6. And I'm sitting there watching the game with my parents, and I said a field goal wins the game. And starting from your own 31, that's not realistic. It's not as if they were, because I'm glad I double checked the yardage because I thought they must have been deeper, but it's just when Fajardo fumbled, he was already like 18 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So they start 1st and 10 from their 31, up 6. And the reason I would say a field goal would win the game, because I would have assumed a drive would have taken at least a couple minutes. If you're up 9 with 2 minutes left, you shouldn't lose.
Right.
I don't think they would have. So, but as you were saying, on first down, Rankin gets stuffed. Actually loses yards. So now it's 2nd and 13. Then Fajardo is sacked all the way back on his 10. And Chatfield, after Beard can't cover it, runs it in and ties the game. And then they go ahead. Now, they did come back. It was a decent drive to get into field goal range. But some curious stuff there. They were at midfield, had a 2nd and 1, and tried to pass it. Like, why are you not sneaking that?
Yes.
Why are you not sneaking that? Still 2.5 minutes left. That's when you can already start thinking, like, if we're going to kick a field goal, there needs to be less than 20 seconds left.
I did not like that call.
So then, on 3rd and 1, they throw a pass to Hilaire, who actually ran a nice little pattern to get it.
That was a tight pass.
Then Rankin had his one good run, a 15-yarder, right?
Yeah, and they're in the red zone.
They were down to the 31.
31, yeah.
Rankin for 4 yards. Complete to Hilaire for 3 yards. Maybe not a great spot.
Terrible spot.
But still, it wasn't a pass where Like, to me, if you're going to throw that pass, you might as well just run it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, like they didn't push the ball downfield there.
Right.
It was clear that they were just happy settling for a field goal. And lo and behold, that didn't work out.
Which would have been great, again, with less time on the clock. So that could have been managed better. And then now the end of the first half, I will say this. I sensed from social media and some of the discussion you guys have, and even things that have been said to me by people I know over the last couple of days, that there's a lot of people upset about the end of the first half. I will say this. I don't like giving another team points when they already have 0.
Exactly.
You've limited them. You've stopped them. You've got turnovers. Why give Toronto? Now, I know people say, well, Reid, they kicked a field goal. They got 3 instead of 2. But the thing that angered me the most was not giving up the safety, was that they took a 10-yard time count violation. Like, be ready to play. And I know there's been a lot of, well, what was killing Matt at the end of the half? But they showed him at the time after the time count, and he was shaking his head. I don't think he wanted that. I think he wanted them to punt, and if you move everything back 10 yards, that would have been, what, a 63-yard kick instead of a 53-yarder? Maybe he makes, if he makes a 63-yarder, okay, good for you. 53-yarder for a lot of kickers these days, that's makeable. So I realize, a lot of people are saying, well, they lost by a point. My thinking is more things probably would have played out totally different in the second half. But why are you taking a time count? Like, a time count in sort of that static situation with a punt, that's a sign of some sort of disorganization or uncertainty, which, to be fair, we haven't seen a lot of from this team. Like, it's been a pretty organized sideline most of the time. But I don't know why you're taking a time count in that situation. If you are taking a time count, then you should concede a safety because you're sacrificing the 10 yards.
Well, I don't think you can take the time count and then concede the safety. The time count ran the clock down to 11 seconds when they punted.
Right.
So, and if you look back at Jake Julian's reaction when he punted that, it was not a good punt. It was not where he would have liked to hit it.
Right.
It was short. Killam was frustrated because there was an Elks player that was clearly held going down the sideline. That was not effective. That was like an outside gunner that would have limited that return.
Is that the guy that got pushed into Dinwiddie? Yeah.
Yeah, and Dinwiddie was standing on the white line. That's a no-go zone for a coach during the play. Hit Dinwiddie. So that was a lot of what the frustrations were at half, at least from what I could see. But then he gets a 15-yard return. And immediately you're in field goal range.
Right.
So it didn't go to plan. I don't like giving up a safety there. Why would you give points to a team? I understand.
At least
the
make
long
them
play.
make a long
Sure,
kick.
it was a difference of a point in the game. You don't know that at that point. And tactically, as far as a coach goes, that was the right thing to do. You're not giving up a safety to a team that hasn't put up any points on you. You've dominated the first half.
Why give them 2 points?
Why give them 2 points heading into half? There's no point.
Yeah.
So I didn't mind the play call there, but it was just a combination of errors that led to them having a field goal attempt. And I mean, Karalahu is good. He's pretty automatic. So 14-3 into the half, but still you're thinking, hey, this game is in control. Edmonton's moving the ball. And then Toronto comes out, first drive of the second half, puts up a touchdown with ease.
Yeah. And gets the 2-point convert. So they wouldn't have gone for that 2-point convert, right, either, if not for having the 3 instead of the 2. But I started to worry late in the second quarter because I know the Elks got a lot of turnovers, but I still felt Toronto sort of was moving the ball with more of a rhythm than the Elks were. And, okay, let me ask you this before I know we got a break here right away. Did Carter O'Donnell make a difference on the offensive line?
Carter O'Donnell was noticeable in their short yardage package. I will say that.
Yes.
Outside of that, I wouldn't have said, ooh, he had a rough game, or wow, he had a great game. Somewhat, and honestly, I'll say this again. I think Cody Fajardo was injured. Ankle, foot, something.
Oh, you think so?
He was not moving as well as he should or has. Cody Fajardo can step out of a pocket and turn that into a 5, 6, 7 yard, 10-yard gain. He wasn't doing that all afternoon on Saturday. So whether he was holding onto the ball too long or just simply couldn't get out of there, it sure made that O-line look not the best.
Frustrating loss. Playoff hopes take a ding after that. I mean, it's still very possible for the Elks to get in, but they can't afford to drop another very winnable game. We are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Win big this season at the Canadian Brewhouse. Score your shot at a trip to the Super Bowl, weekly prizes, and more, plus $1 off Budweiser and Bud Light tankards. Details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com. Jay's play of the day is coming up. Here's Coop.
J.J. McCarthy suffered a high ankle sprain during Minnesota's loss to Atlanta last night. He's out 2 to 4 weeks, having Carson Wentz the expected starter for the Vikings against the Bengals in Week 3. Meanwhile, in Washington, Jaden Daniels is questionable for the Commanders' next game against the Raiders with a left knee sprain he suffered Thursday in Green Bay. And it's a doubleheader in Monday Night Football. Houston plays Tampa to open up the night at 5 o'clock. Las Vegas and LA have the late game with Justin Herbert's Chargers challenging the Raiders at 8. Catch both games down at Sally's Sports Bar and Lounge at Center Casino on Fort Road. Lieutenant Eric is down there every Monday and Thursday night all season long. In Florida, the Jays take on the Rays for the first of 4 games. Trey Savage makes his MLB debut for Toronto with first pitch just after 5:30. Elsewhere, the Yankees face the Twins. New York sits second in the AL East, 4 games back of the Jays, entering the contest. And on the pitch, Canadian Jonathan David is one of 6 nominees for this year's CONCACAF Men's Player of the Year. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you're stuck with a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at advantagesportmed.ca to book an appointment today. The Reid Wilkins Show rolls on after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
The oil stream.
Matt Savoy is by far the best Oiler involved here.
Yep.
Bo Akey, I think, has probably hurt his stock or his buzz, at least so far. Ike Howard was okay, and this Marala has impressed based on expectations.
Yeah, now take everything that happened in these 2 games with a grain of salt. Same kind of scenario as the Young Stars Classic.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
Gallo LLP is an Alberta-based accounting firm with expert chartered professional accountants in both our Edmonton and Sherwood Park accounting firms. Our experienced and innovative accountants provide financial advice that saves our clients money. Simply put, we help our clients protect their assets and grow their businesses. At Gallo LLP, they go beyond the numbers to ensure the continued success of your business. Reach out to Preet or John to discuss how they can help your business grow. Visit gallollp.ca today and see how they can help you take your business to the next level.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. All right. Off-topic topic presented by William Huff. Tell us about a time you fumbled something, either in sports or in life.
Collingwood Rob sends this one in on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox at 780-218-9999. I was a linesman in a junior B game, and there were 2 fights going on at the same time. I saw a player jump off the bench and make a beeline towards the goalie who had his back turned. I went as fast as I could to intercept the player, but I lost my edge and crashed horribly into the boards. Both fights stopped, and the players stopped immediately because everyone thought I was dead. After I came to, the ref said, "Great job. Can you finish the game?" This was way before people cared about concussions. That's a good soundbite.
Yeah.
Ian, my plan for asking my wife to marry me was to take her to the Fairmont Hot Springs, walk out to a nice wooded mountain area, and ask her in nature. Well, my wife had other plans. She said we're absolutely not walking out there and going to Fairmont Hot Springs. So I had to pull an audible and asked her at dinner at the German restaurant in Invermere.
Oh, wow.
Over some schnitzel.
Over some nice schnitzel.
I love schnitzel.
Those are good stories.
Yeah.
Tell us about a time you fumbled something either in sports or in life. Those were good. Those were really good. 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. That's the text line. You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com or Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com. Oh, my goodness, buddy.
What, Reid? What?
You know what we got right now?
Heck yeah.
Are you ready to do it?
Heck yeah.
You're going to have to do it without your intro because my mouse is not showing up.
It's Jay.
He's going to have to do it.
Play.
Oh, Coob has. What is wrong with my mouse?
Today.
Is it your port again?
It's Jay's play.
It must be. No, it's there. It is.
It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day.
They're going over top of each other now. Okay, we got them.
Okay.
It could be just my eyesight as well that I couldn't see the cursor.
It might very
Every
well
once
be.
in a while I lose little things in my vision.
You've had eye issues.
Sad. Yeah, well, they're ongoing, everybody. It's really nice. It's Jay's Play of the Day presented by Play Alberta. Make your bets count for you and everyone else with the Play Alberta app with hundreds of player prop bets on the biggest leagues, NFL, CFL, NHL, NBA, MLB, you name it. You're not just playing for fun, you're supporting your province. Play Alberta revenue helps fund Alberta programs and services. Deposit $50 today with the promo code YEG50 and get an EST exclusive $50 free bet to get started.
Well, I got talked into this one, or I trapped myself into taking this one.
Oh,
I like Tampa Bay tonight, but I like them more at about 3.5. But the odds, even when they were boosted, it was like, well, do I really want to do this? It wasn't enough for me, Reid.
Okay.
So, look, I think this first Monday night game, the one that starts at 5, I think it's going to be a tighter contest. So given that the money line spread was so big when it was boosted for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I just said, let's go with Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Money line winner currently was at 122. But if you go over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on EST specials, you'll see that is boosted to plus 140. Now that's a number I can get behind.
Okay.
So if you want to ride with Jay, that's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win. Head on over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on EST specials. And if you haven't yet used the promo codes that were brought out for the month of September, that is a $50 deposit. Use promo code EST sports and you get a $50 free bet. Deposit $50 and use promo code YEG sports. Get another $50 free bet. So you can do that over at playalberta.ca. And don't forget to use your Game Sense. Hey, Reid, did you hear Game Sense came on as a 7 o'clock partner for the Nielsen show?
That's amazing.
With Lieutenant Eric. Airing every day from 6:04 to 9 on edmontonsportstalk.com, iHeart, TuneIn radio apps, or head on over to 95.7 Cruise FM. That's Jay's Play of the Day.
It's Jay. It's play. He's Jay. It's today. It's Jay's Play of the Day. It's Jay's Play of the Day. Jay's Play of the Day.
All right, presented by Play Alberta. Great stuff, Mr. Milne. Just a couple more thoughts on the Elks here. The thing that I find most maddening about that game, to put it quite simply, this is even without analyzing some of the things we were talking about, coaching decisions, individual plays, stuff like that. Just watching the game flow, the Toronto Argos were doing everything in their power to lose the game, and they didn't.
Crazy.
That's what really made, it's
good point.
That was not, obviously that's a costly loss for the Elks playoff hopes, and it's frustrating to lose on the last play, and it's frustrating to have a lead and lose, but that wasn't man, oh man, the Argos played some precise, intense football, and they just had the ball last. That was the Argos, while they made some good plays, and you give them credit for fighting back, I mean, they got they failed twice on 3rd and 1. And you want to talk about play calling, like just blatantly moronic play calling.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the first 3rd and 1, where they go out of shotgun in an I formation.
Never understood that.
They handed it off about 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now, the other one was close, but still they handed it off, and the Elks did a good job to be stealth there and prevent those last couple of inches. And then, you get into the interceptions. The Toronto Argos did everything in their power to lose the game. And it's kind of frustrating because I'm thinking, like, if you're the Elks, just get out of their way.
Yeah.
Just let them lose it. Just do enough just to win it. And ultimately, the Elks' big reason that they lost is because of that turnover that we're talking about. I mean, if Fajardo throws an incompletion there, the Elks are punting from their own 28 with about 4 minutes left and a 6-point lead. They might have lost still, but they would have made the Argos have to earn it with a little more.
Jared Dagey.
That's a good point. That's a good point because Arbuckle had the foot injury.
What do you think of that reaction in post-game, Jared Dagey?
I didn't see it as much as the Dinwiddie one.
Well, he was right there
running
in
around
lockstep, pointing fingers at the bench, cursing. He was a part of this organization. He was released prior to training camp. So maybe he felt like this coaching staff was the reason. But here's the thing. I understand it's emotional at that point. You feel, you threw one pass. That was a good pass.
Right.
That got you into field goal range. Slow down, bud. I had another word for it after the game.
Yeah, you weren't happy with it.
I wasn't happy with it. But that stuff like that will never leave him now. That's going to be remembered, especially by that team, whatever other team he's going to or goes to.
Right.
And he's playing Edmonton. They're going to bring that up. I just thought that is just the height of no class. You just won a game. And I guess the term act like you've been there before doesn't really apply to him. So I understand.
Right.
Maybe because maybe he hasn't been
he's
there
won
that
games before.
A few probably. Yeah. I just don't like that. It just shows a lot about your character. And I don't think it really bothered much of the Elks. It just was a bad look.
Well, we're going to talk about that whole interaction and other things going on during that game and buying or selling for Damon Bunting. So the Elks are 5-8. BC is 6-7. Winnipeg is 6-7. The Elks play both of those teams. As I've been saying, especially now that you've dropped to Toronto, I think that those are going to be must wins against Winnipeg and BC. And who knows how far behind the Elks are going to be, those two teams, when they play them. Because I think the next two Elks games are very, very difficult. I think going into Hamilton's going to be very difficult, and obviously playing Saskatchewan is going to be extremely difficult.
I'm excited because I want to see what this team does when their back's up against the wall.
Well, it's been there all year. I mean, they were 1-6.
Yeah, but they made a quarterback change, right? They've been doing better. This game got away on them. Now this is where this is loser goes home kind of thing. If you lose both these next two games, it's over. So I don't know. Put them in a position where where you have to win. See what they can do. This is part of that process. This is part of instilling that winning culture that they've talked about so much.
Okay, so why? I mean, the Elks did score 30 points, and whether it's turnovers or not, as an offense, you still have to take advantage. But I still have this sense here that the Elks, one of two things, to score points, you have to be able to drive the ball. You have to be able to get a steady gain on first down and have second and short. But you have to be able to, and they reference this during the broadcast, and we hear more and more about it in football circles, you have to pop off a 25, 30, 35-yard gain at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Rankin obviously did it against Calgary. The one long touchdown, another longish touchdown run. He had that other incredible run in the fourth quarter. And the Elks just, they don't do that. If it's not Rankin, who's going to get that 20 to 25-yard gain? I guess they had that nice play where Arkell Smith caught it for 5 yards and then almost just kept backpedaling till he got another 20 yards and was tackled. I think Hilaire and Vincent have been somewhat revelatory at receiver, but I also think they're probably still playing a position too high in the lineup.
Yeah, but okay. Would you say Herslow is an elite receiver in the CFL?
No, but he can get down the field and make a play.
Well, you know why? Because they throw the ball there.
Okay, so
they challenge that.
So then does this come back to play calling?
Yes.
Does this come back to Fajardo, or does this come back to the offensive line can't give time?
Fajardo can throw a deep ball. You have to do that. They did not attempt one pass, a deep shot.
No, they didn't.
Call it a deep shot. You have to do that to have the defense respect it, to keep the defense on their heels a bit. Toronto did that several times. They probably attempted 5 or 6 deep shots. Were they successful? No, but the odd one was, right? Edmonton does not do that at all. And that's the beauty of it. If you have them sucked up on all these 8-9 yard pass completions without responding with a shot deep, well, then there's no point of doing that. There's no flow to that offense.
Yeah.
And that is disappointing. And you don't need to have Terrell Owens or Randy Moss running down the sideline. Just take a shot. There's a chance you're even going to draw a penalty. Right? And I've even said in the right situation, if it's picked off, it's picked off. It's the same as not necessarily, but it can be the equivalent of a punt.
Right. Yeah. Now, is the O-line, is this still going to be Ed's number one job between now and the start of the next season, is to beef up in the trenches? Though the D-line is actually showing some life. They got sacks again.
Yeah. I would imagine they're going to have to address some areas. It's just not good enough. It's not consistent enough, I should say.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
780-218-9999 is how you can chime in. That's the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the kitchen restaurant. Sundays and Mondays, 50% off the entire menu. Available Sundays and Mondays, 5 p.m. until close. We have buying or selling for Damon Bunting coming up after the 4 o'clock break.
The Lock Shop.
Zulu over in the chat says KC about to fall off a cliff this year. Look, I don't want the Cuss is gone for how many days? I'm just trying to think.
Back on Thursday.
So if we slander the Chiefs today, people won't still be ratting us out on Thursday.
I'm defending the Chiefs here.
But you are.
I'm
slandering. I'm slandering the Chiefs.
For the Chiefs, until I see them lose in January, I'm going to bet on
The
them.
Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
Just wasting gas. Whoa, blurring them dotted lines, killing.
Don't miss 3-time CCMA Performer of the Year, Dallas Smith, Unplugged, November 1st at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Lobsterfest is back at the Canadian Brewhouse, Saturday, October 4th at 6 p.m. A pound and a half of fresh Atlantic lobster with all the fixins for just $49.99. Pair it with a stein of Alexander Keith. Details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Hi, Dennis from Weiss Johnson here, and we're excited to be partnering up with the Nielsen Show and have a special deal exclusive for Nielsen Show listeners. Get 10% off any new Trane furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump installation from now until the end of October. Bundle a furnace with an AC or heat pump and get 25% off the package price. Get your home comfort now for all seasons with Weiss Johnson and Trane. Trane, it's hard to stop a train. Visit wjsportstalk.com.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Speak for themselves.
Trey Savage makes his MLB debut for the Jays as they open their series with the Rays. First pitch for that one goes at 5:35, and Toronto holds first place in the AL East, up 4 games on the Yankees, who play the Twins at 5:40. In the NFL, Washington's Jaden Daniels is questionable this week against the Raiders after he sustained a knee sprain Thursday against the Packers. Meanwhile, Minnesota's J.J. McCarthy is out 2 to 4 weeks with a high ankle sprain he suffered yesterday against Atlanta. Carson Wentz is the expected starter for the Vikings when they battle the Bengals week 3. And tonight, there's a doubleheader at 5. The Texans and Buccaneers hit the field with the Chargers matching up with the Raiders at 8 o'clock. Swing by Sally's Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino on Fort Road to catch the action alongside Lieutenant Eric. In soccer, Canadian Jonathan David is one of 6 players nominated for this year's CONCACAF Men's Player of the Year. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 2 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Hope you're having a great Monday afternoon. It's 5 minutes after 4. Yeah, the Monday night game starts in an hour, right? The first one? Do we have the TV? Is the ESTV ready to go? We got to watch.
I'll try.
We got to try to get it working. Well, we can do it during the commercial.
Oh, you know what's funny?
What?
Remember last week it wasn't working?
Yeah, for the Friday night football.
Yeah, and we had, like, who was your go-to, what is your go-to tech fix?
Yes, that's right.
And what was my answer? First answer.
Shut it off.
Turn it off.
Back on. Yeah.
Unplug it and start it over again. Matt was laughing at me because he came in here and I'm like, yeah, I can't get the TV working. So sure enough, he unplugs it, restarts it, working like a dream.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have that on for the
I don't listen to myself a lot.
Well, you could start doing that. If you're taking us in on YouTube, thank you. Make sure to subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk. You can chat with us and with each other in the Nasty Chat. That's the chat function going on down the right-hand side of the screen. I see Jasmine in there, Bronco Nick, Triple Crown. He's saying to take Tampa tonight for Play Alberta.
I did.
Tonight is they should roll. Give us a thumbs up as well. We are already at 60 thumbs, trying to get to 100. We're only a third of the way into the show. That's pretty cool.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
You can get us on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio. Those are great audio streaming apps. And as Jay was mentioning, the Nielsen Show, it starts at 6:04, right?
On the dot.
6:04. The Nielsen Show, 6:04 until 9 a.m. every morning, is also available on 95.7 Cruise FM. Doesn't change any of the streaming stuff we've been doing here at Edmonton Sports Talk for a little over 2 years. Just an additional way to consume the program, which is nice. You can follow us on X, Twitter, whatever it's called now. The station is at YEG Sports Talk. I'm at Reid Wilkins. Jay is at Jason Milne. We got Instagram for Edmonton Sports Talk, so look that up. We forgot to do a video today, but we often put some fun little videos there, which is nice.
Dope.
ESTIES are tomorrow. This is our second annual ESTIES.
Yeah.
Metro Cinema. Can people still grab a ticket? I don't know if they can.
I think so.
Yeah, I think you could. You email ESTIES at edmontonsportstalk.com. ESTYS at edmontonsportstalk.com. We got Moment of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Text of the Year, Rant of the Year. We have awards for listeners like Most Committed Nasty, AM Nasty of the Year, stuff like that. We got our Event of the Year, Hangout Guest of the Year, Gutsiest Performance of the Year, Show of the Year. Iwanek runs it all. It's professionally done. It's smoothly done. It's a lot of fun. We're celebrating ourselves, but also many of you, which is cool. Oh, Jasmine says $10 cash at the door. Right on. I think Jasmine is bringing the float.
The float?
She'll have the lockbox with the toonies and the fives.
Root beer or cream? Orange cream.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
I haven't had a float in a long time.
I have not had a float in forever. I probably had more ice cream this summer than I have in a long time, though.
You know what? Me too. My daughters love ice cream, right? So it's usually around. And now that Grandma lives on our property, Grandma always has ice cream.
Does she home make ice cream?
No. Store-bought.
All right.
She's not that grandma-y.
Well, you can have an ice cream maker.
A churner?
Yeah.
Churn your own ice cream?
There's little home, like they look like a crock pot.
Right.
Or you got to freeze freeze the inside. I got my parents one once several years ago. They've used it. And then you pour in the cream and the sugar or what flavor.
Really?
Or berries or whatever. And then you churn it up. And it made pretty good ice cream.
Maybe I should do that.
Yeah, why not? We should get an ice cream maker for the office.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it. Go See if you can buy it from your parents. Do they still use it?
I don't think it's been used in a while.
Okay, perfect.
But I live very close to both Kind and Made by Marcus, so ice cream is very convenient. Yeah,
those are a couple good ice creameries.
They're pretty good. They are very good, very good, and they've been open extended hours in the summer too.
What's if you're just you have to choose one ice cream for the rest of your life? What is it?
From one of those places,
or a tub of ice cream.
The malted honeycomb from Made by Marcus is exceptional.
Malted honeycomb, like the cereal?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's got I don't know if it's the cereal, but it's got chunks of something in it, and that are crunchy. It's really good. Yeah. I don't know if it's specifically the cereal, but it's something like that.
Yeah, we have one that's like a Score Bite brownie. Dude, that is dangerous.
I don't think I could have that, right? Isn't Score nuts?
I don't think so. Maybe, yeah, I think we found out it is.
Okay.
Yep.
Chris Fuller in the Nasty Chat says, eating a bowl of cookies and cream ice cream right now, but then again, it's 91 down here in Bama.
You're in Alabama.
Chris checking in from Alabama. VR Montenegro says, if it's not a Snoopy snow cone machine, I don't want to hear about it. El Presidente, Made by Marcus, is good. Can confirm, had it yesterday for the first time. Oh, good. There's the one on White Ave that's like down in the alleyway, and the line. There's a really long line up there sometimes. Jode says Shaggy would be the most negative. We do not have an award for most negative listener.
That would be contentious.
Jodes, thank you for thinking of Shaggy, who I don't think listens to this show.
He sure listens to the Green and Gold post-game show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, he had quite a bit to say the other day.
Well, Saturday would have been an easy day to be negative.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, given how that shook down. Let's get into buying or selling for Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, or Instagram handle of Damon Bunting Real Estate. Buying or selling, Jay, the CFL should mandate that benches are on the opposite side of the field.
100% buying. It's dangerous.
Buying or selling, they'll actually do it.
Well, can they do it?
No, probably not.
Well, I know some of it has to do with advertising boards that take up one of the sidelines, which is a joke. Like the player safety. See, here's what happens is if you're on the same sideline, and let's say you're Toronto and you're on this side, okay, but you're on the same sideline, and the ball's going towards you, Reid.
Yes.
And Toronto has it. Well, Toronto's whole sideline
keeps filtering down,
creeping up towards the ball. It just happens. Now they're supposed to stay within general.
I think they're not. I think between the 40-yard line is supposed to be or is it the 40?
That doesn't happen.
Right.
So then you also have players that can talk to each other verbally from across the bench,
as they will do. Yes.
Instead of across the 65-yard field. That's not as easy to do.
Where it's like, is he trash talking to you? I'm not sure. He might be yelling at a bird.
His lips are moving.
Yeah,
I think it just leads to, because look, what happened with Dinwiddie after the game, Matthew Shinetti reported of TSN that there was quite a bit of chirping going on. Okay.
Right.
And you can imagine there would be. There's a lot of players that are on Edmonton's roster that were in Toronto last year and vice versa.
Yes.
Now I heard that some of this chirping was coming from a player as well as a coach. The coach, I don't know how useful that is,
right?
To be doing that, to be expelling your energy on that, during a game, and having your players seeing that probably sets the wrong example, and then opens the door for other players to say, "Well, coach is doing it, I'm going to do it."
Right?
It's just a bad example to lead by. And then you see what happens at the end of the game. I mean, there weren't even coaches didn't even shake hands. Dinwiddie was so fired up about it. It just has to be changed. It's just dangerous. One day it's going to turn into something quite big. I mean, you saw it earlier in the year in Montreal
and BC.
Right.
Yeah, I know that. I guess you could say that could have happened anyway, but it's a little different when the benches are in that close proximity.
Well, you're on the same sideline, and then you have to walk down the same tunnel to get to your locker room.
Yeah. So it used to be just the East. It used to be the 4 East teams were on the same side. Now BC's also on the same side. And it just looks high schoolish to me. Like that's high school football to me. You put them on
it's terrible.
Put them on the same side. And then it makes it easier for stuff like this to happen. And I realize certainly a counter that as well, Reid, They're professionals. They should control themselves. The league should step in. Yes, but you minimize the chances of something happening if they're on different sidelines.
Yeah.
Right? You're not going to hear the trash talk. Or you might, but then you got a second to cool down. And yes, I know stuff still happens and there could be scrums and arguments, but it's just not good. Dinwiddie's reaction was over the top, surprising. Apparently, Demetrius Maxey, was a former Argos coach, was yelling at some of his former players and colleagues throughout the game, which I don't really like. To me, coach your team.
Yeah, why are you worried about the other team?
You call a successful
exactly.
play. You call a successful play, yell out, "Hey, Milne, good job, buddy. Keep it up."
Yell it as loud as you can.
That's as irritating as saying.
Exactly.
Apparently, Maxey was saying, "Why don't you come up with some better plays?" Well, Demetrius, they did. Like, shut up. and I like Demetrius Maxey, and maybe he'll be on this show at some day. So I know that maybe that's a little harsh, and it's easy for me to say, not being in the heat of the battle. But coach your guys. Coach your guys. Like, you, if you get a sack for 15 yards and you're the D-line coach, you don't need to say anything. Compliment your guys.
Well, they're saying it on the field.
Yeah.
That's the best place to say something.
Yeah. Like, what's the Argos, the Argos coaches are going to be like, "Oh, yeah, I guess that was a good play for them. I didn't realize how that yardage worked. Thank God Demetrius is yelling it at me." So, I mean, that's not great either. I didn't think what Dinwiddie did was great either, like that whole big kicking motion. But yeah,
but that doesn't happen if they're on opposite sides of the sidelines.
Right.
It doesn't happen.
But are they going to do it? No, because some of these stadiums aren't big enough for them to do it. So that's pretty frustrating. Buying or selling? Is there a video accompaniment for this?
There is.
So if you're not on YouTube, we are going to show the Seattle Seahawks touchdown on their own kickoff. Buying or selling? The average fan would be shocked at how many players in any given league don't know all the rules.
Yeah. Buying. Shocking is maybe an understatement. So this is rookie running back Caleb Johnson, who was set to return this for the Steelers. And you can just keep rolling it if you want, Coob. But the ball lands in the landing zone, takes an odd bounce, which kickoff balls going end over end can, bounces right over Johnson's head, and carries on into the end zone. Johnson, for some reason, thought that now that it's in the end zone, it's a dead ball.
Right.
Or maybe he thought it was going to go out of the end zone.
Which I think if it goes into the end zone on the fly is the case, right?
Yes.
Right.
That would be a touchback.
But it landed in play and went into the end zone, yeah.
And Seattle goes and recovers what is a live ball. Kickoff's a live ball.
Yeah.
Right? That's why they have short kicks. That ball is anybody's.
Yeah, that's why I always, well, now they've changed the rules, but when commentators say, oh, they're going to try an onside kick. No, every kick's onside.
Right.
They're going to try a short kick.
That's true.
Right, but yeah, it's a live ball.
Tough look. And if you want to keep diving into this video.
Like that could have easily been called not a touchdown.
The guy that picked it up, the guy that fell on it in the end zone for Seattle,
barely had it.
Slow your roll, brother.
Like, jeez.
I mean, if you roll out of bounds and they go back and review it and deem that you bobbled it in any instance, it's not. It's
or
a
didn't
touchback.
Have full control till you were out of bounds.
Like there's nobody around you. Stop and pick up the ball in bounds. Leave no doubt. Ultimately, this would have every scoring play is reviewed,
right? And
so they would have reviewed it.
And the minute you have possession in the end zone, the play ends. You can't fumble.
No,
you can't fumble in the offensive end zone.
That's right.
But the way he rolled and then just dropped the ball, I was telling Jay, because this is like, how I play those cards and dice games, and some people play those. Most of those games have a rare play chart. So it's like, oh, you roll. Okay, that's a 4-yard run. Oh, but this linebacker's good. It's only a 2-yard.
Yep.
But they usually have a rare play chart. That would be straight off the rare play chart. Where you'd have to roll 5 or 6 times before you got to the play. And because Bronco Nick is saying they only needed to touch the ball in the end zone, not have possession, I don't think that makes it a touchdown. I don't think you can just touch the ball in the end zone to score a touchdown. Can you on a kickoff? I'd never heard of that before.
No. There's no touchdown ever where you don't have to have possession of the ball.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
I know in the CFL you can bat the ball out of bounds and you get possession,
but you don't get a touchdown.
But you couldn't bat it out of the.
But if I were
end zone.
if I were that Seattle player, like I would be. You would think he was aware this is pretty rare, and that he even has to make sure the officials understand what's happening. Like I would have stopped, picked up the ball, and then like shown the nearest official, hey, I have the ball, and look, my feet are in the end zone. This is a touchdown, right? Like just to make sure that.
I would have handled that completely different.
Because he rolled and then rolled half over and then just let down the ball. I don't know, Nick. I have never heard of that.
I haven't either.
On a live ball off a kickoff in the end zone, the attacking or the kicking team just needs to touch the ball.
A couple things coming in here. Tiki Sparks says football and hockey both should have benches opposite of each other. I think that's why hockey is less scrappy. It's only 85, and the guys would be eyeing each other up, and who's going to look away first?
I would like to see hockey have on the different side just to reduce the schmozzle of the line changes.
Right.
But they want them on TV. Right.
Sure.
They want the benches on that same side for TV.
Bones says a 100-man brawl doesn't sound dangerous.
Yeah, not at all.
Dudley does also add in, there's no float at the door. It's $10 exactly. If you bring a $20 bill, you should expect to receive 2 tickets.
Okay.
This is an interesting
one. I've never
one.
heard of that you could just touch the ball in the end zone if you're the kicking team.
This is an interesting one. Do you want to extend this a little bit?
Yes.
This might
take. Do it when we get back for more buying or selling for Damon Bunting.
Sure.
We'll also do the oil understood. Jed Roberts is coming up at 5 o'clock. We are rolling along. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Why settle for less when you can have it all? Only Play Alberta brings you casino games, live dealers, lottery, instants, and sports betting. All in one place. Players can get a $50 casino bonus by depositing $50 and using the code EST Casino. You can get a $50 free sports bet by depositing $50 and using the code EST Sports. Don't forget to use your game sense. Here's the Coop.
Trey Savage gets the ball for his MLB debut with the Jays. Toronto playing the first of 4 games against Tampa with first pitch just after 5:30. And right now the Braves and Nationals are warming up for action. In the NFL, Carson Wentz is the expected starter for Minnesota heading into Week 3 against Cincinnati, with J.J. McCarthy out week to week with a high ankle sprain he suffered yesterday against the Falcons. Elsewhere, Jaden Daniels' availability is up in the air for the Commanders this week after he sprained his left knee Thursday night in Green Bay. In Monday Night Football action has 2 games. Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers visit the Texans for 5 o'clock kickoff, while at 8, Vegas plays host to LA as the Chargers, led by Justin Herbert, take on the Raiders. Stop by Sally's Sports Bar and Lounge with Lieutenant Eric down at Century Casino on Fort Road for both matchups. In soccer, Canadian Jonathan David is one of 6 nominees for this year's CONCACAF Men's Player of the Year. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since 93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they have plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. The show rolls on once we get back from break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Dwayne Ford.
Edmonton has this game kind of in control. And then you look at the scoreboard and go, why is this game so close? There are no moral victories. You know, I'm a believer very much in process. They did a lot of good things. An Edmonton team that has not generated a lot of turnovers defensively all year. And to think that they went out and dominated in that regard and it didn't pay off for them, that was a tough one.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love,
just bigger
and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
Just wasting gas. Blurring them dotted lines, killing.
Don't miss 3-time CCMA Performer of the Year, Dallas Smith, Unplugged, November 1st at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
All right. Elks did not practice today. They'll be back on the field tomorrow. Things ramping up for the Oilers. Here's what we can tell you. The main camp is going to start in a couple days. Medicals, physicals. How high can you jump? Connor, you better be able to jump over this broomstick or you're not on the team. Medicals on Wednesday for the Oilers. Split practices Thursday, Friday. Saturday practice and a scrimmage. We have a preseason games on Sunday already. 6 o'clock, split squad. Some guys in Calgary, some guys here playing the Flames.
Wow.
At Rogers Place. We're ready to rock and roll.
It's back.
It's back. Mex on the Nasty Chat, says, I like how in the Metro Cinema weekly schedule this week, Tuesday says EST or ESTIES award show and not just private event. Yeah, we're on the marquee there.
Yeah.
109th and 87th. So that'll be a lot of fun. Again, if you want to go, just show up, $10 for a ticket, or you can still email Matt, ESTIES at edmontonsportstalk.com. Buying or selling for Damon Bunting. What do you got for me, big boy? That sounded weird. Hey, big boy.
Hey there, big boy.
You better watch out for that Jason Milne. He's a big boy. He'll hit ya.
Well, first, Pineapple Prophet. Sent a text in. It says, is there a bar at the ESTIES? Yes.
Yes, there is, actually.
Yes.
Is it Sea Change or Alley Cat?
Alley Cat, I think.
Or is it a variety?
Or maybe it's a variety.
You can get beer there.
Yes. I think I had a beer during our show last year.
Yes.
Maybe we'll have to tomorrow. You're on location.
We're on location. We had a fun show.
Fun. Okay, this one came in from Deaky Sparks. Hey, I heard you guys talking about board games one day. I took my 5-year-old into
one day.
He took his 5-year-old into a game store in Grand Prairie, and he was loving this Hive game.
Oh, Hive's great.
Okay, so I was wondering if you had any suggestions for a game a younger person could play that is enjoyable for adults but fairly simple.
Well, as you know, Jay, I'm very honest, and that's hard to answer because I rarely interact with children. I rarely interact with anybody younger than Coob, quite frankly. How old are you, Coob? Like 22?
21.
21. So Hive is fun. I have Hive. I think it's at my parents. My dad and I have played. Now, did he say the kid is 5 years old and 5 years old and likes Hive?
Yes.
Okay, there's a game called Onitama, Onitama. Like Hive, it's a 2-player game. And you get a very small grid. Like it looks like a small checkerboard, but all the spaces are the same color. And you have kind of a king and 4 pieces. And if you and I were playing, Jay, we would randomly pick 5 cards out of a deck. I would get 2 of them, you would get 2 of them, and 1 of them would be neutral. So when I move my pieces, I have to move it in the formation that is shown on one of my cards. And then when I use that card, I put it back in the middle and I get the neutral card.
What do you mean by formation?
So let's say I have a guy and there's a card called Jumping Frog, and I can move him exactly.
So this isn't
exactly.
Playing,
I'll bring it in.
This isn't a deck of playing cards.
No.
Okay, this is a specialized.
It's a battle game, but the cards tell you how you can move your troops.
Gotcha.
So there might be one card that allows you to move your guy 1 space forward and 2 spaces to the side, either direction.
Oh,
but
cool.
then when I move the card, I give it up, and then you're getting it next turn. So if I have a really powerful card, I might want to wait to play it.
Interesting.
Until I can really do damage with it, because I know you're going to get it after your next move. I should bring it in. I think the guys here would love it. And there's a large enough deck of cards that there's different types of movements each time. So it's called Onitama. It's Onitama. VR says, Jason and Leduc introduced me and Corey B to Hive one night at Hudson's for pre and post. It's fun, but I suck at it. Fair enough.
Okay, so Bronco Nick sent this rule into the inbox. Here's what it says. A player of the kicking team may touch, catch, or recover the ball if it lands or is touched by a receiving team player in the landing zone or in the end zone. So it says the kicking team may touch, catch.
But it doesn't mean it's an automatic touchdown.
Doesn't matter. It's
Nick.
A touchdown.
You have to
recover it.
You have to get the ball in the end zone.
You have to recover it for it to be a touchdown. You can touch it without it being a penalty,
right?
But that doesn't mean that it's a touchdown,
right? So the Seahawks guy couldn't just run into the end zone and tap the ball gingerly with his pinky and jump around like he scored a touchdown.
Right? You can, but in order for it to be a touchdown, you have to recover it.
Right.
In the
It's just that it's a live ball.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Onitama is a good 2-player game. I'll have to keep thinking.
I don't know.
If you like Hive, then check out Onitama.
A real basic game, but it's fun. Like I can play it with my kids, no problem. Is Yahtzee?
Yahtzee? Yeah, I should bring in Onitama. I think old Jason Milne and Reid Wilkins could get.
I don't know if you want to do that though, because I think
we are supposed to work.
Well, no, it's not that.
So don't
confuse yourself.
Don't confuse me liking board games as being good at games.
Well, that's what I don't. You have the. Everybody, listeners would think that Reid is the king of board games. I'd hate for you to bring that in and me to beat you, and then be
you probably would be. You probably would beat me.
The champion.
You probably would beat me.
What's it called? Onitama.
Onitama. Yeah, it's really cool.
Bring it in.
Yeah, it's really cool. I should bring it in because it's just sitting on my shelf.
Bring it tomorrow.
I won't bring it tomorrow because we're not even going to be here tomorrow. So that wouldn't be a good day to bring it tomorrow. All right, set it 218-9999 River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. What else do you have for me? Off topic, by the way, for William Huff. Name a time in life or sports where you fumbled. If we have any of those. Do you have a buying or selling for me still? Because you said you wanted to extend it?
That was it. That was board games.
Oh, that was
buying or selling children's board games.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't even consider those children's games, but I hopefully they're kind of all ages. Because there aren't a lot of rules, right? It's like just do this.
There's a card game that my mother-in-law was teaching the girls, and the name of the card game is Oh,
right, yeah.
It's a bad word, so they made a new name for it, but they knew what the real name was.
Oh my!
So I came over to Grandma's and Dad, we're learning this new game, and they're saying, Grandma, can we say what the name is? She said, once. You get one time to say it. So they gladly took their opportunity. And
I want to ask people this because when my cousins were visiting, one of the cousins said that on lunch break, he and some colleagues play a game called 5 Crowns. And it's some kind of card game. And I've seen it in stores, but he didn't really get too much into it. So does anybody know about 5 Crowns? Would it be a good game at EST? We also can't have a game that takes 2 hours to play.
Can't.
I mean, we could.
Out.
We'd make time.
Max Bezozu says, I fumbled a glass of wine right into my MacBook Pro once.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's terrible. I hate to see it.
That's unfortunate. All right. It is the Oil Understood presented by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts. Proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel. Understood. All right. So I went to the game on Friday between the Oilers rookies and the Flames rookies. It was 6-5 Calgary was the final, though they were up 6-2 and dominating the game. Matt Savoy scored on a penalty shot. He had a couple of goals in the game. They got another goal, and then they scored with 2 seconds left to end it 6-5. Calgary dominated the game. I thought Savoy was the most skilled and speediest Oiler player on the team, though even he in the second period wasn't that noticeable. Like Calgary really controlled the game. The Oilers defense core was not. No, look, this is a rookie game. Not all these guys were drafted. Some players were reassigned to other teams today already, but Edmonton had trouble getting the puck out of their own end. I thought Ike Howard was okay. Like he made a couple of nice plays, a couple of nice passes with Savoy, but he wasn't as noticeable as Savoy. And then yesterday it was 5-4 Calgary. I did not watch this game. I watched the extended highlight package. It looked like Nathaniel Day was in net for the Oilers, made some good saves. And Savoy was decent again. Again, Connor Clattenburg might be an interesting guy to watch. He scored and had a couple of fights on Friday. And I mean, we talk about
he was pretty animated after that fight too.
And we talk about it all the time. Not everybody is going to score. I mean, yeah, you got to score sometimes or when you get chances, but you better have a role on the team. You better embrace it. I mean, for some guys that might be face-offs and penalty killing, right? For some guys it might be I'm going to block a lot of shots, right? Like what does everybody remember Chris Russell for? He blocked a lot of shots. That was his identity. Yep. That's why his teammates loved him. So Clattenburg is interesting to me because, like I said, he knows why he is there, right? Like he's not going to be the star on the team. If he's going to make the NHL, it's going to be in a depth role. And he's like, what's the one word we use? He's going to have to play a loud game. You know, he's going to have to be in the faces of the other team. You're going to have to say, like, some players, it's like, man, he was good. And you look at the score sheet, it's like, he only played 9 minutes? He felt like he was out there for 23. So that type of player. So he was fine. I thought Szymanski, the big guy, had some decent moments. But, I think Calgary had the better roster. So there we go. Those are the only two games we have to talk about right now. Clearly, Savoy will continue to be a story heading into main camp, as will Ike Howard. But I thought Savoy's play was more encouraging than Howard's, and then we just see if a couple of the other guys I mentioned, can be good farm hands this year and then maybe keep working towards the NHL as they get a little bit older. I mean, Clattenburg is 20. He was drafted by the Oilers 160th overall in 2024. He was in the OHL last year, 35 points, 108 penalty minutes. I mean, that's his game. Got into one game with Bakersfield. So, maybe he's someone to keep an eye on a little bit.
Well, and the Oilers have cut and released some players today. So this now going into main camp, Reid, with a guy like Ike Howard, who last week we said players like Howard, players like Savoy should stand out.
Yes.
In rookie games like this, if they're to be deemed as ready to go with the big boys, right? How much of that do you think, though, changes when you're playing with better players too? Like what?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean,
is it fair just to say, well, Savoy has the upper hand on Howard right now because he looked better in these games? What about when they're skating with other players that are a higher talent?
Yeah,
level
there is an argument to be made that in an unstructured game, an intelligent player who's trying to play within structure that isn't there might look a little lost. Fair comment. Can I say with any certainty that was the case with Howard? I can't. But there have been occasions in the past where guys have come up from the AHL and you haven't expected much of them, and you're like, oh, they're pretty solid. And then a coach will say, well, it's because he knows where the play is supposed to go, and now everybody's in the right place, where he's making that simple pass and it's being received cleanly as opposed to being bobbled, or whatever the case might be in the American Hockey League. So, yeah, we'll see. I just thought, in terms of Savoy's individual ability, it was apparent, Like he skated well. He got the puck in. There were a couple nice little passing plays I thought he and Howard made together. The game I was at on Friday, but Savoy was definitely sort of doing more driving the action, I thought. But again, I'm not going to lose my mind about 2 rookie games. That's just the information that I have right now.
Why not?
On my observations.
Why can't you
Season's
overreact?
over. They're 0-2. Won't win a game. Will not win a game all year because of the rookie games.
Bronco Nick says Szymanski looked decent on Friday.
Yeah, I didn't mind him for sure. Yeah, I thought he was okay. I didn't mind him. I mean, there might be somebody there who could go to Bakersfield and develop. That's fair. 780-218-9999 is how you text us. That is the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant. $18.99 prime rib special, available 7 days a week, except on show nights from 11:30 in the morning to 11 at night. It's also available for dine-in and takeout. All right, we'll look at some more Oilers storylines going into main camp. Jed Roberts is going to check in at 5 o'clock. We have Fired Up coming up as well. A lot to get to. Here comes the Coop.
In Florida, the Jays take on the Rays for the first of 4 games. Trey Savage making his MLB debut for Toronto with the first pitch just after 5:30. And right now, the Braves and Nationals are warming up with the Cubs and Pirates about to get underway. Elsewhere, the Yankees face the Twins. New York sitting second in the AL East, 4 games back of the Jays entering the contest. In football, J.J. McCarthy suffered a high ankle sprain during Minnesota's loss to Atlanta last night. He's out 2 to 4 weeks, with Carson Wentz the expected starter for the Vikings against the Bengals week 3. Meanwhile, in Washington, Jane Daniels is questionable for the Commanders' next game against the Raiders with a left knee sprain he sustained Thursday in Green Bay. And tonight, Houston plays Tampa to open up things at 5 o'clock. Las Vegas and LA have the late game as Justin Herbert's Chargers challenge the Raiders at 8. Catch both games down at Selly's Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino on Fort Road with Lieutenant Eric down there Monday and Thursday nights all season long. On the pitch, Canadian Jonathan David is one of 6 nominees for this year's CONCACAF Men's Player of the Year. The Reid Wilkins Show continues after a brief pause. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
EST Hangout.
I think that if this city can just be a little patient, I think there's going to be some Grey Cups coming our way. Because the people that are running the organization are that good. I said they're going to get off to a slow start, but by the second half of the season, they're going to get in a big roll. They're going to sneak into the playoffs, and they're going to be a team that nobody wants to play.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Need extra space for products, tools, or seasonal stock? Sentinel Storage gives your business flexible storage and the room to grow. Affordable storage that scales with you. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
The leaves are turning, and just like golf season, time is running out to get in on Play Alberta's biggest offer ever. For a limited time only, new players can get up to a $1,000 casino bonus when they sign up. There's never been a better time to join the fun. Visit playalberta.ca today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Win big this NFL season at the Canadian Brewhouse presented by Bud Light. You could win a trip to Super Bowl 60, plus prizes like smokers, Bud Light coolers, and a trip to an NFL home opener next season. Enjoy $1 off Bud Light and Budweiser tankers. Details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems. But did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
All right, right, hope you're having a good Monday afternoon. Monday Night Football. It's Monday Night Footballs. It's a double header. It's a double header, so to speak.
Are you ready for some footballs?
Do we have the TV working?
No.
How do we know? We got to get it to work. 5 o'clock, Tampa Bay, Houston. Chargers, Raiders coming up at 8 o'clock. I thought Matt fixed it. There we go. Jay's trying to get it going right now. Give us a thumbs up if you're taking us in on YouTube. You can speak with us and, more importantly, with each other in the Nasty Chat on YouTube. Oh, good old Tom Gazzola in the Nasty Chat. Hello,
Hi, Tom.
You handsome old boy. You handsome old chap. Watch out for handsome Tom. He's coming down the 30-yard line right now. I don't know what that means.
I thought maybe there was an inside joke there.
Les says, can folks with nut allergies eat tahini or sesame seeds? I don't know what tahini is.
Tahini is like a binder in hummus.
Okay. I don't know. I can eat sesame seeds. I think it just depends on your group of allergies.
Tahini is a Middle Eastern condiment made from ground sesame seeds.
Then I could probably eat it. Yes. I can have sesame seeds. I have a cousin who's got a bit of an issue with sesame seeds, but I do not.
I love sesame seeds.
Yeah, they're good.
Roasted. Woo.
Yeah.
Like there's a pizza place in town that has it on the outer edge.
Oh, cool.
Some people call it the crust.
Some people do call it that.
And it gets a nice roast to it. Mm.
We got some limericks coming in. They are emailed to either reid@edmontonsportstalk.com or jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. What do we have, buddy?
Well, Jeff in YYZ sent this in this morning.
Yeah, he was ready to go, wasn't he?
Yeah. Happy morning. Happy Monday, gentlemen. Reid, I hope this one is better than Friday's, he says. Saturday's game by the lake. Double E's compounded mistake. Playoff chances to grow. Go beat Tabbies and Bo. A weekend win they must make.
A little bit like Yoda in the last line. A weekend win they must make.
This one comes in from Bronco Nick. Elks and Broncos lost at the end. Made me angry. A few choice words were penned. Could have been worse. And have the Bengals curse. I still believe both of my teams will contend.
Not bad.
Should we just go through them all?
Yeah, let's do them all.
This one comes in from VR Montenegro. This weekend, the Elks squad was defeated. Post-game shenanigans got Jay heated. This made Glue Guy see red, smoke billowing from his head. Maddie heard things not to be repeated.
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Not bad. We may have a limerick or two on stage tomorrow. Who knows?
That would be too much.
So we're doing our show from, we're going to be right in the lobby.
Yeah.
Metro Cinema at the Garneau.
We should bring popcorn. Or maybe get them to turn on the popcorn
Yeah, I don't know when the popcorn machine is going to be going.
I like popcorn.
Yeah, popcorn's pretty good. I think it's like decent for you too, isn't it? For a snack food?
Dentists would disagree.
Oh, okay.
I think dentists would
it's always
say
getting
that it's
stuck in there.
It's a terrible food to eat.
Why?
Well, those shells or husks, they can get stuck in strange places in your teeth.
Oh, okay.
Danger.
Who came up with a dog with a cape? When did that arrive? I watched Superman for years on television. I never saw a dog with a cape.
You have now. What's that, Mike?
Mike Francesa.
Mike Francesa. All right. The oil understood for GCL diesel. Tell you what, let's do our top three or three each or whatever. Let's just do early training camp storylines.
Okay.
Or you know, like not regular season. Like we're not going to how many goals will McDavid score, right? Let's just do training camp storylines. You want to go first?
Sure.
We didn't look at these. I did more than three in case we have the same ones. I can pivot.
Well, number one's got to be Connor McDavid.
Will he have a contract? Or is he good enough to make the team?
Probably the former.
Okay.
Will he have an extension in place? What point does that happen? Does it happen?
Right.
That, as training camp goes on, is just going to get more and more coverage.
Right.
So it would be interesting because you say that the testing starts Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay. And they talked about it on the morning show. I thought it was quite funny about how Connor McDavid walked out with Morgan Wallen on the weekend, and whether or not that means Connor McDavid staying put.
I think it means nothing.
So you're on the side that it means nothing. You don't think it means anything?
I think Connor McDavid is currently the most famous Edmontonian who was available when Morgan Wallen wanted somebody to walk out with him. I think McDavid likes Morgan Wallen or is a fan.
Okay.
I think that's all it means.
But if there's contentious, discussions happening behind the scenes, or, do you think Connor wants to put himself in that position?
What position?
To be spotlighted and sent around the world as the guy that walked out with Morgan Wallen, who's arguably the biggest country star in the world right now.
Right.
Maybe even music. Currently on this tour. It's a big deal.
Yes.
Do you think he wants to put himself in that position if things are about to go bad?
But how are things going to go bad? What's going bad?
If he doesn't sign an extension with this team.
Well, okay, but we're ultimately not going to know if he doesn't sign an extension with this team until July 1st.
Then it would be very bad.
He can sign an extension anytime between now and then. It's an extension. He's not currently a free agent.
You yourself said that if this wasn't done prior to, say, the start of the season, that's a bad thing.
It's not great. But if you're asking me, like, if there's any connection between Connor McDavid and Morgan Wallen and the contract negotiations, I would say absolutely not.
And I understand. I get it. I'm just saying I don't know. I mean, maybe this is just a personal thing, and he really, really, really likes Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, I think he just got the opportunity to walk out with him. I don't think he's saying, well, because I'm staying an Oiler, I'm going to walk out with him. I don't think that at all. But who else has done it that you were telling me? Jose Bautista, who's a retired Blue Jay?
Yeah.
No, the Jays would have been on the road, I assume, when that was happening. Did he play Skydome or Rogers Center, whatever it's called?
Yeah, I believe so.
Who were some of the other people you were telling me he came out
I've seen Randy Johnson. I've seen Steve Young, Jerry Rice. Legends from that area.
Right.
And it is kind of funny, like, that's the only thing that Edmonton really could come up with. Who would be number 2 on that
Gene
list?
Principe.
Yeah, I thought so.
Well,
too.
Leon probably.
I suppose.
And there was only a walkout on the first night. And he just kind of walked with him, and then Wallen went on the stage and performed.
Yeah.
Is this just not a flex by Wallen? Like, hey, I'm so big, I can get a local star to come with me for a minute, right?
Well, he's a big deal. Big deal.
Yeah, he's a big deal.
What's your number one story?
I don't have them in any order. I had waiting for McDavid's contract. I have the health of Zach Hyman on there. Like, is he going to be on the ice right at the start of training camp? If he is on the ice right at the start of training camp, how much is he going to do? How is his wrist? I mean, that was a pretty significant injury. And we saw at the Olympic orientation camp in the interview he did on Oilers Plus, he was still wearing something on his wrist, right? Now, I think in that video he did with Gene last week, because he went to a school and talked about his children's books, I don't think he had anything on his wrist then. But how is he early in camp? Will he play early preseason games to see if he can get back into the groove, or will he wait a little bit to be protected? So I just think the overall well-being of Zach Hyman will be something to keep an eye on here in the first 7 to 10 days of camp in the preseason.
Yeah, and I guess, you'd have to put in what we were just talking about in Matt Savoy and Ike Howard.
Right.
How they fit in with the number ones, or a lot of number ones, right? Where they're placed during these split games, where they have half the team in Calgary, half here. That's got to be a storyline, because I the way that you see it, the lineups that are proposed, and this doesn't mean anything, but
right,
it looks like they're going to depend on these two young players to play some pretty important minutes and take on a role with this team.
Yeah, I would say Howard Savoy will be because those are the types of guys that might play almost every preseason game.
Yep.
Like, those are the type of guys that I'm sure Connor and Leon. Next year they're reducing the amount of preseason games, thankfully. I think the regular season is going to start in September next year too. Didn't they say that with the new schedule and the shorter preseason? So that'll be nice. Oh, you got the TV going. That's awesome. Buccaneers, Texans. Oh, my rowdy friends. So I think how do Howard and Savoy play? Who are they with? How are they used? I mean, they'll probably get to play quite a bit. And then, how long are they here? It's hope they're going to be on the NHL team, and it's hope that they're going to be able to contribute. If it doesn't look good after 2 or 3 games, like would one or both of them be assigned early? Like, how well do they play? And then if they are struggling, how long are they here? I would think if it's apparent that one or both of them needs more grooming, they go down pretty quick, whereas the longer they're here, the better it is for them probably playing well and maybe being on the roster at the start of the year. But I think those 2 guys will be names to watch, absolutely.
And what about Vasily Podkolzin? How the maturation and the change in his game, the evolution of his game, because we've talked about it, this would be a next kind of year to take the next step.
I would say for me, he's a storyline. I don't think he's an early camp storyline.
Yeah, I agree. Sure.
I mean, but I do think because he's, we were talking a few weeks ago about players who could get to double-digit goals. I think he's a possibility after getting to 8 last year. But I think if he's playing with Draisaitl, he's going to have to get to double digits or be on pace to right out of the gate. But yeah, I think early in camp, he's not as big a story. I mean, I think he's one of those players who might have some eyes on him. And when Draisaitl plays, because Draisaitl might not be in the first few games, perhaps. Yeah. But when Draisaitl plays as Podkolzin on his line, how is that line going to look? I wouldn't say right out of the gate I'm watching him as much, though, but I do agree he's an overall storyline.
I also think there's probably going to be a lot of eyes on the first power play unit. What's that look like?
Right.
This is a coach that's coming in that's new to the team. Is there going to be changes? Is there going to be something like putting Wallman into that lineup or taking Nuge off of it? Are they going to, how's that look?
The only thing there, again, is how often do those guys play, all 5 or 6 of them, early in the preseason?
Well, they're going to be practicing together.
Yeah, that's fair. Do we see any wrinkles put in during practice? That's fair.
Yeah.
Because they will do that. There's going to be a scrimmage on Saturday. Speaking about health, I'd put Ekholm's health in there as well. Sure. Again, does he get in early? How's he looking at camp? I think for him, it's just more of a movement thing. I mean, clearly he was limited in the Stanley Cup final, and he made the comment that at times he felt he was out there just trying to survive as opposed to make a play. So, he says he's healed, but he's a little bit of an older player. But I would keep an eye on him as well. I think 2 guys, and maybe even you could throw Frederick in there.
Yep.
How does Frederick skate? I mean, the consensus was that was not the Trent Frederick that you're going to see. I mean, that's what the Oilers are selling, and I think even how Frederick is selling himself, though he kind of downplayed it publicly. But hey, like that wasn't Trent Frederick. I know we traded for this guy. I know he only had 1 goal. I know he wasn't very noticeable. But that's not the guy. Well, you better start to see that guy even in the preseason.
Well, his contract would suggest that there's a different guy.
They need to see him. Yeah, because they clearly want him to have him around for a while. So that's the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel. Just some storylines we're watching early in camp. Again, the rookie's still on the ice. Main camp starts with some of the medical testing on Wednesday, and then they are on the ice on Thursday. Jay and I are coming to you from the Brew House studio. UFC 320 is live Saturday, October 4th at the Canadian Brew House with TVs at every turn, ice-cold drinks, and nonstop action. You won't miss a moment. The Canadian Brew House, our house, is your house. Jed Roberts checks in when we get back.
2 guys and a goalie.
The Oilers will need 30 goals combined from youngsters Ike Howard and Matt Savoy.
Yeah, hire it. I'm hiring it.
It's possible and somewhat necessary to fill in some of the goals that have left.
I would say so. Yeah. Or Connor and Leon have to both have 60.
Both have 60. Which, who knows? You never know. I mean, I think
it's funny to say
2
that.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Hi, Dennis from Weiss Johnson here, and we're excited to be partnering up with the Nielsen Show and have a special deal exclusive for Nielsen Show listeners. Get 10% off any new Trane furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump installation from now until the end of October. Bundle a furnace with an AC or heat pump and get 25% off the package price. Get your home comfort now for all seasons with Weiss Johnson and Trane. Trane, it's hard to stop a train. Visit wjsportstalk.com today.
Fall football in your living room just became the fan zone. Before you move in the giant screen, make space to cheer on your favorite team with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
At Mind360, we invite you to embark on your mental health journey in a safe and comfortable space. Conveniently located in St. Albert, Mind360 has a diverse team of experienced clinicians that offer a broad range of tailored services for children, adults, and families. Furthermore, we are very proud to serve our military, veterans, and first responders. If you're looking for counseling, treatment, or assessment, understand that you are not alone. Contact Mind360 at mind360.ca to book an appointment today.
In just a moment, the 1-0 or the 0-1 Texans battle the 1-0 Buccaneers. Swing by Sally Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino on Fort Road to catch the action with Lieutenant Eric. After that, the Chargers match up with the Raiders at 8 o'clock. And earlier, it was announced that Washington's Jaden Daniels is questionable this week against the Raiders after he suffered a left knee sprain Thursday against the Packers. Meanwhile, Minnesota's J.J. McCarthy is out week to week with a high ankle sprain he suffered yesterday against Atlanta. Carson Wentz is the expected starter for the Vikings when they battle the Bengals week 3. And in the majors, Trey Savage makes his MLB debut for the Jays as they open their series with the Rays. First pitch goes at 5:35, with Toronto holding first in the AL East. Have 4 games on the Yankees, who play the Twins at 5:40. And right now, 2 games are underway, both top of the second. Cubs and Pirates runless, with Atlanta and Washington locked at 0s. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The third and final hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
You click. Click. Must you click. Click, click.
All right. There's the thumb click remix. If you're taking us in on YouTube, click that like button. Give us a thumbs up. If you've already done so, then click the share button and send the show off to somebody else and say, hey, here's Edmonton Sports Talk. Look at these guys. Look at them go. Look at these little plugs. And have them give us a thumbs up. We need 20 thumbs for 100, everybody. What are you waiting for? That's 20 we need in an hour. We can certainly do that. Words of the Day is coming up. Always fun, fired up for Jemco. And a regular guest here on the Reid Wilkins Show. We love having him. EE alum and great guy in the community, Jed Roberts, checking in from a secret remote location. Are you in a chopper, Jed? Where are you?
I'm at a truck stop in Sherwood Park.
Oh.
I'm just sitting here eating my vegetables, laughing at the fact that Carson Wentz is playing quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. What, Y.A. Tittle wasn't available?
That's a great reference.
Wow.
That is awesome. All right. How are you doing? Did you or anybody you know get swept up in this Morgan Wallen stuff over the weekend?
Nah, I was at home sleeping, buddy. Get my beauty rest. This doesn't happen by accident.
No, I know. You look great. You're very well grown. Like no kids or friends or neighbors going to the concert. Totally off your radar.
I've got friends that went. I mean, he puts on a good show, and I like him, actually. I like his music, but, I don't like being out past 8 o'clock anymore. I like to drink plenty of water and get plenty of sleep. That's the secret.
8 o'clock?
Yeah.
My goodness. What time do you get up in the morning?
6 maybe. So
you go to
get
bed.
up, I go to work.
Okay. So you're one of the early risers and get after it. Well, the Elks were early risers because they had the lead at halftime, and most of the. I don't know where to begin there. I mean, just how stunning is it to have a plus 5 turnover ratio and lose the game? First of all,
well, it's really hard to do that. It's like I can't impress upon you how hard it is to do that, to be plus 5 and lose the game. And I think you can look no further than the lack of running game. You can't control the clock and you can't control the ball. If you don't run the ball, you get a lot of 2 and outs, and that's what happens. Kudos to Cody for fighting and battling, but you can't always put it on him, man. You can't be one-dimensional in this league. I think the teams that do well control the clock, and it's. I can't even think of the last time I heard of that happening. Plus 5 and losing the game. That's incredible. But yeah, I think it's the lack of running game that's doing them in, and it's crazy because they can run the ball. It's just, for whatever reason, I think they get in these play calling ruts where it's like, they get so focused on trying to get the ball downfield. And mind you, I think that the Elks receiving core is pretty ordinary. I don't really think that they really have a bona fide number 1 receiver in that core. Like, they're all around 500 yards each. Like they've got their top 3 receivers are all pretty much middle of the pack statistically. I think that the playoff hopes aren't dead. They could win against Hamilton and be right back in the saddle again. But, every time they lose a game like that they should have won, that kind of puts them a little bit further back. And it's a young team. If you look at the way this roster is constructed, there's lots of first and second year guys on this team that may not understand, like, the sense of urgency that's involved, with you're at this point in the season and you're fighting an uphill battle. You got to protect the ball. You got to make good decisions. You can't take dumb penalties. So,
do you think, Jed, that the way that this defense is playing is a bright spot for this team going forward? That they gave that team every chance to win on Saturday, and unfortunately, it just seemed like the offense, like you said, just wasn't in rhythm with their run game. But is that a bright spot that you can at least, as a fan, hang your hat on and say, well, at least this part of the team is really coming on strong?
Yeah, I really like the way that, even when Niles was down, then and Anderson came back, and, they've had guys that kind of filled in, and it's always got to be a next man up mentality, and it's a long season. It's an 18-game season. It's really hard to make it through all 18 games, and there's going to come a time when the backups are going to have to step up and be counted. And that's one of the things that this franchise, when they were in their glory years, they always had a stable of guys on the bench or even on the reserve list that would start for anybody else. And right now they just don't really have that, except for on certain spots on the defense. I think you're starting to see the quality of talent starting to creep up a little bit again. I just think that they're a long way away on offense right now. They just don't have that playmaker they need on offense that can kind of get things going and, sustain drives. I think there's a lot of drop balls. There's a lot of miscommunicating going on the offense. It's frustrating to watch, because this team, I want to be like, yeah, this team's turning the corner, but they haven't done it yet. So,
do you think that the end of the game, specifically offensively, was somewhat mismanaged when they're going down? And Jed, I think I know what your answer is going to be, because it's certainly what mine was why are you settling and just playing the clock game and going for a field goal when you could go for the kill shot and score a touchdown? You share that same thought?
yeah, when you have your foot on their neck, you keep it on their neck. You don't let them up, and then when you're playing safe, that just speaks to the mindset of the philosophy that you have as a coordinator. Like you've got to go for the kill, and you've got to be aggressive, and you can't, I find so often, it's my big pet peeve is, it's even with defensive coordinators when they start to put their 3-man rush and drop 9 guys, and then teams dink and dunk and go down and kick the field goal to win the game. I mean, throw some blitz in there, like make them earn it, I don't know, but I'm pretty aggressive. So, as a coordinator, and I'm not coordinating a professional team, so that ought to tell you everything you need to know. But I agree with you, Jay. I think that the offense needs to be a lot more aggressive, and when you've got them down, you've got to keep them down. You can't let them up.
Jed Roberts joining us on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. What's the proper way for a lineman to recover a fumble?
Just stay down on it. Don't try to run it. There's a reason why you play O-line, buddy. It's not to run the ball. Just get the ball. Let the other guys take care of it. You play defensive line, same thing. Although that didn't stop me from trying to run a couple times. And I learned the hard way why I was playing defensive line. I went down pretty hard. So,
you Fajardo had already fumbled, but do you sympathize for the position Beard was in? I mean, he's thinking, okay, I just got to get on it as quick as possible.
And you know what? Beard is he's one of the team leaders, and he's a great one for us. And, every once in a while, you're going to have a bad day. And unfortunately, you just got to recover the ball. That's all about, don't try to advance it. Don't try to get cute,
Jed, there was some interesting stuff that happened at the end of the game. I'm sure you saw, Ryan Dinwiddie approaching the Elks bench, Jared Dagey pretty much telling the whole team off. That is, look, it came out after that it was reported that there was quite a bit of banter going back and forth. I mean, a lot of Argos now play for the Elks and vice versa. There was some coaches talking, players talking, but this all stems from benches being on the same side of the field. Did you go and have that happen when you were playing, Jed, and were there issues and altercations that arose because of that?
It crept in toward the end of my career. I think in 2001, we were in Montreal and they were doing that. And I don't like that. I just think it's really dumb. And I'm not for the reasons you might think, Jay. It's more for conditioning issues. I don't want to have to run from my own 10 all the way down to the other team's goal line just to get in. And now I'm out of breath, and now I'm not going to be any good on the next play. But all kidding aside, benches on the same side, that's a recipe for disaster, especially when it's an emotional game, because you get guys kind of, you're supposed to stay in an allotted spot and there's a yard line. You could technically be called for a flag for stepping over that line, but that doesn't stop guys from straying down and words inevitably get exchanged. To be honest with you, though, it never really bothered me. I was pretty, it's a small league and everybody, and we all kind of used to head out after games, and there really wasn't. I don't think I ever really had any disputes with anybody after games. Once the game was over, what's the point, right? If anything happens, you just get fined and you lose some of the money that you're making, and you're not making that much to begin with. So why bother, right? It's not that important, man. Let's just get them the next time you play.
All right. How, from your experience, is this tough going east, going home, and then going east again, or should it not be a concern?
Yeah, when we played back in my day, we used to stay out there, and we would stay in Burlington. Sorry, I get Burnaby and Burlington mixed up with all those opposite sides of the country. We would stay in Burnaby, and we would play Toronto, and then we'd turn around and play Hamilton. And I liked that better because you weren't having to go all the way home, and it's a 3-hour flight, and it's not fun, especially when you're a big, fat, sweaty guy like me, and you fly commercial, and you inevitably end up in the middle seat, and you got some crying toddler on your left and an old lady on the right that wants to kill you, and you can't even turn on the air without hitting the old lady in the face with your elbow. So it's not fun. I'd much rather have it be where you go out there, you stay for a week, you play both games. We had good success when we would go out there and stay for both games. I think we used to take both games of the series there, but I sympathize with those guys having to fly back and forth, especially for the big old linemen. Those guys are not. Flying commercial is not fun. toward the end of my career, we started flying charter, and it was a lot easier to move around. And I don't know if they do that now with Canadian North, but that's the way to go. When you're on a charter, you can move around, you can do whatever you want, stand up, stretch your legs out, and people don't give you grief. But, if you get all those old linemen sitting in the back of the plane and then they move up to the front of the plane, you might have a little sudden drop in altitude. So you got to kind of talk to those guys and make sure they're not doing it all at once as the herd mentality thing. Those guys tend to do everything together. You know that, Jay.
Yeah. All right, Jed. Are you coaching tonight or what's going on?
Yeah, I'm on my way down to Salisbury Composite High School. We're getting ready to play the number one team in the nation, Harry Ainley. And they're playing like the number one team in the nation. They're incredible. Very well coached team. Coach Greenslade's done a great job. Their offensive coordinator is Brock Ralph. He's done an amazing job with they've got an O-line that I think averages about 300 pounds, and they're just road grading for probably the top running back, I think, and probably Western Canada. Thorpe. He's amazing. Joel Thorpe, he's an incredible running back. I can't say enough good things about that team. They're just so well coached. They're very talented. I think they dress like 100 kids. I think we dress like 37. So it's very much an underdog mentality this week, but we're going to go in. We're going to try to see if we can put together a good game plan. And I think our first strings match up with just about anybody in the province. So it'll be a great game. If you guys aren't doing anything on Friday Night Lights at Emerald Hills, some really good quality football when it comes to the province of Alberta. It'll be a good game.
Right on. Okay, Jed, thanks for checking in. Always great to talk with you. We love having you on the show. I know we'll get you in studio here as soon as we can as well. Enjoy the Elks game on Saturday and have a great week of coaching.
Hey, you too, guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Right on. Jed Roberts, EE alum, and, big friend of the show, a regular here on EST on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. So he said it, he doesn't like those benches on the same side. Recipe for disaster, some criticism of how the Elks approached late in the game. I mean, a lot of it, we talk about this all the time, right? Late game execution.
Yes.
A lot of games are, do you have a chance? Do you have a chance last 5 minutes, last 3 minutes, last 2 minutes, whatever? Can you pull it off? On one hand, you can give the Elks credit. I mean, they did get the lead back after the disastrous play. So, I think it would be unfair to say, well, they gave up a sack fumble for a touchdown and wilted. They didn't. Mm-hmm. But you want to try, if you're only going to get a field goal, you want to try to kick it with as little time left as possible. And then if you are going to score, you want to try to score as many points as possible. I mean, look, a lot of things that we're saying we would have liked to see the Elks do still could have resulted in a loss. But you score a touchdown on that drive, you probably win. You kick the field goal with less time remaining, you probably win, right? Because when did they go back up ahead? They went back up ahead with 1:18 left. Way too much time. In the CFL, with the clock stopping at least temporarily after every play, you're giving them a ton of time. And they're going for it on third down. So here's what happened. Blanchard made the field goal from 31. So they were down to the Toronto 24, 3rd and 3. I would not have gone for it on 3rd and 3.
No.
3rd and 1, I would have. Blanchard kicks off. Toronto gets it to their 29. They had 1:08. Daigie gets a 6-yard completion. He's incomplete. They're 3rd and 4. They get a 7-yard gain. They're incomplete on the long pass. They're incomplete over the middle. Then they're complete to the Edmonton 46, and then you knew it was game over.
Yeah, the 22-yard
completion. Still with 40 seconds left, right.
Kind of sealed that game.
Yeah, that was on 2nd and 10. They run for 6 yards. They take a 1-yard loss, and they kick the field goal right at the end of the game. So, I was just surprised as the Elks got to midfield. They had a 2nd and 1, and I know the running game wasn't great. They had a 2nd and 1 with 2:33 left. To me, that's a quarterback sneak all day long. And quite frankly, if you only get halfway there, sneak it again for the other half yard.
Well, and an incompletion stops the clock too.
Right. And at that time, you're not worried about running it. With 2:33 left in the CFL, yes, maybe you're down a point. You're not going to run out of time.
No.
And then they had, and then surprisingly enough, they passed it on the 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
Though to be fair, they executed it. Then Rankin had his best run of the game. He actually got 15 yards. And then they got it under 2 minutes. They ran it again to get it to 2nd and 6. And then that's the play where you look at, they threw the quick out to Hilaire. It was kind of covered, kind of thrown short of the sticks. He had to come back for it. Maybe they didn't get a great spot. Sure. But then it's 3rd and 3 as opposed to getting a first down. Like, I would have sooner have seen a longer incompletion on that play.
Yeah,
as opposed to a pass that you're not sure you're going to get it.
Because it doesn't make a difference for your field goal kicker.
No, not at that point.
No, you're close. Take a shot.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have been expecting it. They would not have been expecting it. A, you didn't do it all game. And B, they're thinking you just want to keep, eating the ball or eating the clock, slowly getting yards.
Right.
But yeah, it just was a little too cautious at the end. Go down swinging.
There's a lot to consider here. I mean, we've talked about the play calling. We've talked about the O-line. We've talked about the lack of a game-breaking receiver or two even. I'm not opening up a Fajardo debate because to me, I don't think it's a debate anymore. I think Fajardo gives them a better chance to win.
Yes.
I know there's still some people out there who think we got to see more from Trey Ford. I don't. Personally. But are we also seeing why Cody Fajardo has played as long as he has in the CFL, while also seeing why in the last 5 years a couple teams have said, you know what, Cody, thanks, but we can do better?
In what way?
Well, Saskatchewan moved on from him, and then Montreal moved on from him as soon as they thought they had somebody better.
Right. So he's not winning those. Okay, we got a hot shot coming up behind you.
Right.
But then they move on from him.
Right.
Yeah, that does say a lot. Now,
he's a gamer. There's no doubt about it. And he is 4-4 with the Elks. If they were, what have they played? 13 games. So if they were 6-7 or 7-6, it's totally different than the 5-8 that they're at. And if he played every game, you could probably make an argument that would be their record. But are we seeing that he's a good? I guess what I'm saying is, are we seeing that Fajardo is a good quarterback, but not a top-tier quarterback, and that maybe this is a position the Elks still need to find that top-tier guy?
Yeah, but where are you going to find it?
Well, that's the thing. It could be the Div 2 guy star that they signed last week.
Yeah, it's you got to.
I mean, who was Davis Alexander before he came in and never lost a game, right?
Next, the future quarterback for the Elks is out there somewhere.
Right.
Not sure who it is right now, and I don't think it's a Chad Kelly. That would be one of, I don't know, one of the only quarterbacks you could see shaking loose maybe this offseason.
Right.
I just don't think the juice is worth the squeeze there. But yeah, here's the thing. Tell me that he's not when Cody Fajardo has time to throw the ball, he is very accurate.
Yes.
He's going to be breaking the CFL record for accuracy if he continues at this pace.
I was stunned that he had a chance at that when they brought it up late in the game, that he had 22 in a row,
22
and then he threw it in
completions.
completion. But again, there was nothing where you felt like, oh man, that just deflated the Toronto defense.
Right.
I mean, if they got a longer gain, it was a 5-yard throw with some yak,
which is okay. But once again, I'll say it again. I would like to see that shot at least once a half. At least keep that defense honest.
Well, in this day and age, you might get pass interference.
Yeah,
I wondered if Toronto was going to challenge that one long bomb Daigie threw for that little grab on the collar by Ross.
JJ Ross. Yeah.
I didn't think that should be a penalty, but
they couldn't challenge it because he already used his challenge.
Oh, right, he'd already lost the challenge, challenging the spot.
Yep.
Which was a stupid challenge.
Pretty bad
Again,
challenge.
how many things did Toronto do basically saying, hey, Edmonton, we're going to make a poor decision.
Here you go.
We're going to call a weird play. We're going to make a silly challenge. We're going to throw an interception.
I agree, Reid.
And the Elks still said, no, well, you know what? I think we can do worse, Toronto. Hang on. That's what frustrates me about that game. The Labor Day game, they got their ass kicked. Okay. Yep. You know what they did? They came back and they turned around and kicked Calgary's butt.
Yep.
This game, they just refused to grab it. Let's face it, there was another interception that didn't count. Royce Metier, and tough break with the Achilles. I mean, he could be out a long, long time. But that Tyrell Ford made an incredible interception.
Yeah, he sure did.
Wiped off because you're roughing the passer. And that wasn't one of those roughing the passer. And to me, I mean, I would think now with how they call roughing the passer and how long they've been calling it that way, players should know. Don't do anything borderline risky.
I was saying to Matt, hold the quarterback up. If you accidentally, because he was in the air,
right,
and it came down, but then he continued and grabbed him by the collar. And
exactly.
If anything, give him a big bear hug and just hold him up.
Yeah.
Like, hey, ref, I want you to see that I'm going out of my way to make sure you don't pull that flag out of your pocket.
So there was another interception and a difficult play by Tyrell to grab that and come down and bounds with it. Wiped off the map. Wiped out of the game because you took a penalty. So just frustrating. And if you're gonna beat other teams, you got to start by not beating yourself. And the Elks found a way to do that Saturday in Toronto. We of course are coming to you from the Canadian Brewhouse studio. It's wing showdown time at the Canadian Brewhouse. Creamy street corn versus Mexican chili lime. Woo! 2 bold flavors battling for your taste buds. Try them anytime or just 69 cents every Wing Wednesday at the Canadian Brewhouse. Mexican chili lime. Might have to go try that.
Oh, I'd like the street corn.
I think I'm free Wednesday night. Actually, they both sound good.
They do.
They both sound pretty good. 780-218-9999. You can text the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. It is 7-7 halfway through the first quarter. Monday Night Football, Tampa Bay and Houston. Here's the Coupe.
Monday Night Football action has 2 games right now. It's the Texans and Buccaneers tied at 7-7 with about 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Tampa's Baker Mayfield most recently connecting with Ryan Miller for a touchdown. And right now, Houston has the ball on their own 34. Stop by Sally's Sports Bar and Lounge to catch the action with Lieutenant Eric down at the Century Casino on Fort Road. He'll be around for the late game as well, which kicks off at 8 as Las Vegas plays host to LA with the Chargers, led by Justin Herbert taking on the Raiders. And earlier it was announced that Minnesota's J.J. McCarthy is out week to week with a high ankle sprain he suffered yesterday against the Falcons. Elsewhere, Jaden Daniels is day-to-day for the Commanders after he sprained his left knee Thursday night in Green Bay. And in baseball, Trey Savage makes his MLB debut for the Jays. Toronto playing the first of 4 games against Tampa with first pitch just after 5:30. And right now, 2 games are live, both in the third, with the Cubs up 2-0 on the Pirates and the Braves trailing the Nationals 1-0. The show continues once we get back from break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
Leaves are turning, and just like
The Oil Stream.
Matt Savoy is by far the best Oiler involved here.
Yep.
Bo Akey, I think, has probably hurt his stock or his buzz, at least so far. Ike Howard was okay, and this Marala has impressed based on expectations.
Yeah, now take everything that happened in these 2 games with a grain of salt. Same kind of scenario as the Young Stars Classic.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The leaves are turning, and just like golf season, time is running out to get in on Play Alberta's biggest offer ever. For a limited time only, new players can get up to a $1,000 casino bonus when they sign up. There's never been a better time to join the fun. Visit playalberta.ca today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
It's wing showdown time at the Canadian Brewhouse. Creamy street corn goes head-to-head with Mexican chili lime. 2 bold flavors battling for your taste buds. Grab them anytime or just 69 cents every Wing Wednesday. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
Just wasting gas. Blurring them dotted lines, killing.
Don't miss 3-time CCMA Performer of the Year, Dallas Smith, Unplugged, November 1st at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Need extra space for products, tools, or seasonal stock? Sentinel Storage gives your business flexible storage and the room to grow. Affordable storage that scales with you. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Now, this sounds like video game music. Does it not sound like this could be for like an NBA game from 1993 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think it's called?
It's called
Jazz Hands.
Jazz Hands Basketball.
It's from the band Vans in Japan. Tough Data or Data.
Tough Data.
Tough Data.
Do you say data or data?
Well, the character's name is Data.
How do you know it's not data?
Because they call him Data.
What if they're mispronouncing it?
Well, he would know how to say his own name.
Maybe he was too kind.
He's an android.
Maybe as an android, he wouldn't, want to tick anybody off.
Wouldn't want to correct the humans.
Yeah. He was probably afraid of the humans.
No, he wasn't.
Probably.
Okay.
Like an android, like a cell phone?
I think I hear him coming now. Yes, he was a giant cell phone.
Big Samsung?
That's what they could have called him.
That was his nickname when they'd go off the what do you call it? The bridge?
Go off
down
the bridge,
and
go
have
down
a few
10,
drinks?
10 forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Samsung.
Do you remember who played the bartender? Guinan?
No.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Really?
Have you ever, watched an episode of Star Trek of any kind?
Not one.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Not one.
Like, I remember it being on.
Like, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Field goal, Texans, 10-7. They're up on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
But I don't, I would never have tuned in.
Okay, so do you know who Captain Kirk is? Would you recognize Captain Kirk if he was shown to you?
Like William Shatner?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, would you recognize, like, Spock?
Yes.
Okay. You know what species?
Leonard Nimoy.
Leonard Nimoy. What planet? What's his species?
Vulcan.
Vulcan. So you know stuff. Name another guy from the original series. Who was the doctor?
Morph? Or what was the weird looking dude?
Oh, Worf. Worf is from Next Generation. He was the security officer. He's Klingon. Bones. Dr. McCoy was the doctor in the original series.
Okay.
Yeah. So you do know. And who's the guy I like, the captain on the Next Generation?
Picard.
Yes. But you've never seen an episode.
No.
So you don't know about how their personalities or how the ship.
No.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Should I?
I'm not saying you should. I think a lot of people have maybe been exposed to Star Trek, but I guess you have. You know about the characters. You know the main characters, which is impressive.
Yeah, I wouldn't know any storylines or even what.
Do you know the name of the ship?
The Starship Enterprise?
Yes.
Okay. We should do trivia. You should do trivia on things that I don't know much about.
Let's see what you know.
See what silly names I come up with. Like, what were they even doing in space?
They were on a 5-year mission.
I know, but what? To save who?
To seek out new life, explore new worlds, and to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Why? Why couldn't they just hang out
at
it?
Spaceships.
Why couldn't they just stay in one spot? Why do they have to get themselves
That's what humanity has done forever. Now we can explore the stars. You got to go out there.
Did they ever get into trouble?
Yes, all the time.
That's what happens when you leave home. Why not
They got into quite a bit of trouble. That's how there was a TV show.
Why not just keep the Starship Enterprise docked up?
Well, why build it then?
Because it's cool to live in a spaceship. Doesn't mean you have to try. Like, you can go for trips. You can go see your cousin Ronnie. Say, hey, Ronnie, how's things? There's no reason. It's not like you're going to a warmer climate. Hey, we want to go down to Mexico.
But they wanted to seek out.
You're in the universe.
You got to seek and explore.
Do you?
Well, if you have a warp engine,
I would find one spot that I was like, oh, that's a cool planet. We like the people there. They're very nice. No. Be very friendly and just make visits back to there. Maybe they have a nice beach. Things you can't get on the Starship Enterprise.
Yeah, fair enough. They got into a lot of trouble though. That's how you have a TV show: characters in conflict, rising tension.
Was there? What were they? Meteor? What would those be called? Every space movie, they have to go through
an asteroid
field. Yeah, were there asteroids?
I don't remember a lot with asteroids, but I assume they would encounter asteroids at some point.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'd stay docked up.
You just stay docked. You'd build the thing.
Life's good.
You just dock it up.
Yeah. Why we gotta go?
Well, why we gotta explore? Yeah, I guess if they just
the captain.
I guess you could say if they just would have stayed home, they never would have got into a war with the Klingons.
Well, there you go.
Or had trouble with the Romulans.
Maybe the captain should have been more of a captain and said, "Look, guys, maybe at the next staff meeting, he says, every time we venture out afar, we get into trouble. We can't be doing this.
Yeah, stay inside Mars.
We got to really look at where we're going. We need to have proper vacation planning."
That's a fair point.
I mean, if every time you're going there, you're ending up in a shootout or you're hijacking green women.
Yeah. Well, Rob from the Grove put that in there. How many green women did Captain Kirk get with? I don't know, actually. As much as I enjoy Star Trek, I'm not that... I haven't seen every episode. I didn't watch Voyager. Deep Space Nine, apparently, a lot of people say that was the best series.
Is that with the...
But I didn't watch... I watched it a little bit.
What's her name that was in that?
Wasn't the captain on Voyager, I think, was Janeway. That was the one with a female captain. Cisco was the captain on Deep Space Nine. Are you thinking of the captains specifically or another character?
Wasn't there a female captain?
Yeah, Janeway. On Voyager. I believe that was Voyager.
Who's that? What's her name?
Janeway. I don't know what her first name was. Captain Janeway. I didn't watch Enterprise. That was Scott Bakula. I watched Discovery. For the most part, I enjoyed it. I've been watching Strange New Worlds. It's very up and down, but it's not bad. There's an animated series, Lower Decks. I've never watched that. So I haven't watched more Star Trek than I have watched, but I enjoy the lore of it, and I like.
You seem to get fired up about Star Trek.
I don't know. I think I just like Picard.
Yeah. Oh, we should talk about captains.
Catherine Janeway, according to Castor 1990.
Hey, let's do fired up, and we can get fired up about this draft that's happening.
Or do it fired up right now. Well, you have a fired up, don't you?
Well,
fired up for Gemco Fireplaces, proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years. The authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces, whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco 9281 50th Street.
So you guys have something coming up.
I don't know if we're supposed to be public with this, actually.
Well, yeah, Quinn said.
Right, so there's a draft tonight to get into the main draft on Thursday.
Yeah.
It's just me, Coob,
yeah,
and
but it's
Ben.
totally
Why
anonymous.
didn't you go in it?
Because, Reid, I got kicked off the last one because I stunk at that bird draft, which hand up. I wanted you to get in. I thought this was a simple way to do it.
Well, I may not get in.
Well, that's on
So
you
we're
now,
doing a
bro.
very short draft tonight on Zoom at 6:10. Quinn will put the teams online and people can vote, and then whoever gets the most votes gets into the main draft on Thursday. But it's not revealed who's in until
you can't.
You show up on Thursday.
So it's you, the Coob, and Benny?
Yes.
Like Quinn said all this. It's okay.
Okay.
But it's anonymous online.
Yes, the votes, you won't be able to, they won't say whose team is who.
Because it's like when I go up
and
against
this one
Dustin.
is not broadcast. Yeah.
Like if you put Dustin's name on it, well, he's going to beat everybody because he's got a bigger following.
I guess.
Right? So that would probably be the case for you in relation to Benny and Coob. Coob, are you ready? Are you...
Oh, I've been fully prepped for probably a week now, yeah.
Probably a week. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Well,
ChatGPT, baby.
You going to take it?
I'm very confident in my abilities, but I understand the wisdom of Reid that he knows a lot about captains.
Do I? You don't know that.
Oh, I know. You're just talking about a ton of
nothing.
them. You're talking about a ton of captains. I know there's going to be one Star Trek pick on one of these drafts.
Benny's in the chat. He says, good luck, sir. From Benny?
Well,
sirs?
Sirs, plural. I don't know who he's throwing the shade to, but I don't appreciate it either way.
He says he's been studying for an hour. All right, what are you fired up for?
The tush push.
Yeah, what is going on about that?
Well, not only is it bad enough, like the tush push is a polarizing play. If you're an Eagles fan, you're all for it. And me, myself, I said, well, if you don't like it, stop it.
Right. Or do it yourself.
Or yeah, figure out a way to do it. Like it's not illegal. It was voted in. Or it wasn't voted down, I guess, the running of said play.
Right.
So if you got a problem with it, stop it. Now, here's what happened yesterday as the Philadelphia Eagles visited the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
Two times in that game, Philadelphia ran the tush push, which is a very aggressive formation. Everybody is around Jalen Hurts. The offensive line is 2 inches off the ground.
Right.
Their knuckles are white because there's so much pressure on their hands. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
Twice, it was clear that there was illegal procedure or early movement from the offensive line. The offensive guard to the right of the center moved early. Twice. And this was not called.
Right.
This was not. And Andy Reid was down the sideline talking to the ref. Like, what are we doing here? Why isn't this being called? Nobody knows why that wasn't called, but frustrating after the fact, for sure, for Kansas City. Who, I mean, it was a tight game. It was a good game. But Kansas City, Reid, sound the alarm bells, is 0-2.
Yeah.
Are you worried about the Kansas City Chiefs?
I don't think about them a lot. I still think they'll be good.
Like, you're not concerned that this is the end of the Chiefs' reign?
No, I think as long as they have Mahomes, they'll be a dangerous team. I mean, they may miss the playoffs at some point.
I agree.
The tush push, like it's been talked about since they started doing it a couple of years ago. I don't have a problem with it being a play, but I don't understand. Like, yes, you should be able to block and all that kind of stuff. Should there not be a rule that says you cannot, like, if you're running, you have to run under your own power? You can't be shoved forward principally by your teammates, you know? And is it not dangerous at some point?
Well, it's dangerous for the quarterback that's stuck in the middle of 300-pound men and a 250-pound tight end that's pushing you from behind.
I'm just surprised more teams don't do it. Like, why doesn't every team do it in short yardage if it's that hard to stop?
I don't know that there's a great sense of approval for it. Well, obviously there's not from teams around the league because it was voted on at the owners' meetings.
Yes.
Before
about
the season.
maybe banning it. Yes.
About banning it. So I think it's viewed as maybe a bit of a cheap way out or, you know, taking advantage of the system. I don't know, but stop it. If you want to stop, and, you know, Kansas City should have stopped it because all it takes is for teams to figure out how to stop it. But I don't know if you can because you'd essentially have to bring everybody in and start pushing and using force with force.
Yes.
Right? Because that's all it is who's got more weight behind them.
Right. And the offense knows when the ball is going to be snapped, so they should get a little bit of a jump.
Yep. So I don't know. I just thought, you know, that was interesting that in Kansas City who had people have always complained about Kansas City getting calls.
Yes.
Well, they missed two that Kansas City would have benefited from. Blatantly missed them. Joe Burrow out 3 months.
Yes. So he'll be back for Christmas.
He'll be back for Christmas. Do you know what turf toe is?
I actually don't know the exact definition of
Everybody's
turf toe.
heard of turf toe.
Yeah, people get turf toe.
Gage and I were just talking about it last week. Like, what exactly is turf toe? So I looked it up. Turf toe is a sprain or tear of the ligaments in the big toe's metatarsophalangeal joint.
Okay.
So essentially, it's the muscle under your big toe.
It's specifically in the big toe.
Yes, and it's underneath. So when you're up on your toes, that ligament is being stretched.
Right.
So it's a tear of that.
It actually tears.
So it's
that
not
sounds
like
painful.
When I thought turf toe, or when you hear turf toe, you think like everybody's probably, oh yeah, that's when you stub your toe and it gets infected. And no. It's actually a ligament damage under your big toe.
Okay.
Like it's like when you injure your finger or you break your finger and you don't realize, you know, you break your pinky and you get a brace on it. You don't realize how much you use your pinky.
Right.
That would be the same thing for this. It's just a toe. Play through it.
Well, no, your
whole body weight's
all
on
the
it.
time. Yeah.
That is what you would push off of if you're going to get into a sprint situation or a running situation.
Yeah.
So it's very necessary. So Jake Browning took over yesterday, got the victory for them. It'll be interesting to see if, you know, what happens. I mean, that was the question mark going into this season for the Bengals is what's Joe Burrow look behind that offensive line? And ultimately, it looks like it cost them.
780-218-9999 is how you can text the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta. Play Alberta, your home for online gaming excitement featuring casino games, live dealer action, lottery, instants, and sports betting. Now with the new Play Alberta app, you can take the fun with you anywhere. Download the app or sign up today at playalberta.ca. Les says, didn't they introduce the forward pass to prevent such plays? That's the tush, but yeah, make it less like rugby, right? That's basically a very rugby-ish style of play. All right, we're going to do our, words of the day still coming up.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. 10-7, Houston leading Tampa Bay. Monday Night Football, 12-11 left in the second quarter. Here's the Coop.
Early in the second quarter, the Texans lead the Buccaneers 10-7 with a touchdown from Nico Collins. And right now, Tampa has the ball 1st and 10 on Houston's 29. After that, the Raiders and Chargers go head-to-head at 8 o'clock. Swing by Sally's Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino on Fort Road to join Lieutenant Eric for the action. In other news, J.J. McCarthy suffered a high ankle sprain during Minnesota's loss to Atlanta last night. He's out for 2 to 4 weeks, having Carson Wentz the expected starter for the Vikings Week 3 against the Bengals. And Jane Daniels of the Commanders is questionable for next game against the Raiders with a left knee sprain he sustained Thursday in Green Bay. Elsewhere in Florida, Toronto and Tampa are underway. Bottom of the first, Tampa leads 1-0 with Trey Savage on the mound for the Jays, making his MLB debut. There's one out for the Rays and a runner on second base. And 2 other games are live in the fourth. Nats up 1-0 on the Braves as the Cubs lead the Pirates 2-0. The final segment of the Reid Wilkins Show brings us back after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
EST Afternoons.
Looks like Skinner slimmed down. You as a former goalie, I mean, that's not going to hurt.
I always felt better, stronger, and more powerful. Slimming down, maybe it can help Stuart Skinner. Like I said at the end of the season, the biggest thing that he has to work on is his skating and movement. Just because you're lighter doesn't mean you can move better. You still have to find that power.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you can afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Good riff. Who's playing this?
Devin.
And who's on the drums?
Jesse.
And what else is in there?
Robbie on the bass.
Robbie.
And that's Jay on the vocals.
Are you layered over top of yourself there?
Probably several times. That's what we did back in the day.
Oh, yeah, you just mix it up.
Yeah.
Which song is this one?
My Beautiful Goodbye.
Oh, right. Off North Shore.
Yes.
Nice. You guys were good.
What a time to be alive.
What venues did you play again?
We played at
Dinwoody's?
The Iron Horse.
Oh, yeah. Is that now MKT? Right.
We played at, what was the old one? on 104th Ave.
Oh, Sidetrack?
Sidetrack Cafe.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
You guys must have been good.
Woolly Bullies. We played at Grant McEwen.
Where's Woolly Bullies?
It's the El Cortez on White Ave.
Oh, I think that's
just closing
now.
By the farmer's market.
Yeah.
We played at Grant McEwen. We played at the whole...
And these were all paid gigs.
Yeah.
Nice.
We didn't do freebies. We played at some girl's 16th birthday party in her basement.
Did you get paid for that one?
Yeah, the parents paid us.
No way.
$50.
How did they know that
it was so bad?
Like how
we showed up.
Couldn't have been that much space.
No, it wasn't. And it was loud.
This is amazing.
Yeah. Somebody's...
How did they find out about you?
Oh, and we were like 19 too, so we felt like such creeps going there. But what are you going to do? They wanted us to play.
Oh, my God.
They saw us at a battle of the bands, and they wanted to book us. So
oh, that's incredible. Well, the mom wanted to book you. Maybe there's a little...
Oh, man. No, it was just like, sure, whatever. That's what we did. Where else did we play? We played at battles of the bands. We used to rent halls and do shows there where we'd bring other bands in. And
oh,
we'd all
sweet. Well, you guys
them.
would organize them.
Yeah. My parents were running the concession. My brothers were the doorman. Alan Scott, yeah. And we'd just rock out. No booze, no drugs, no fights. That was our slogan. Seriously. We were giant, like just...
It could have been booze, maybe. Like
No.
Okay.
No, we were...
That's disappointing.
We were all church bands.
780-218-9999 is the afternoon inbox presented by River Crew Resort and Casino. Happy hour featuring $5.25 drinks, except when North Shore is playing. Available Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's incredible.
We played at Horlack Park, too. We played some big gigs.
Floating in the water?
Yeah. Some of our biggest gig was probably the Grant McEwen when we opened up for Treble Charger.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Sum 41 was supposed to be there. We were supposed to open up for some Treble Charger and Sum 41, but Sum 41 canceled.
All right. Let's do words of the day. I love hearing stories about your band. That's fascinating stuff. It's words of the day. If you're new to the show, Jay gives me a word and I have to spell it and come up with the definition. Then he'll give me another word that I have to spell and come up with the definition.
The word of the day.
If you're a veteran of the show,
I'm sorry. Did I
you already knew that was going to happen.
Say what again? Say what
Say
again?
what
I
again?
dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
All right, let's do it.
So this comes in from Dave over at Ewell.
We got submission words. Okay?
He sent one in. Proud partners of the 6 o'clock hour over at the Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric, 6:04 to 9 every morning on 95.7 Cruise and right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, YouTube, iHeart, you name it. Chiaroscuro.
Say it again.
Chiaroscuro.
Chiaroscuro. I don't even know where to begin with that.
Chiaroscuro.
Okay. I'll just give it a try.
Give it the old college try.
Chiaroscorough.
Oh my gosh, you were close.
Well, no, I wasn't.
Yeah, you were.
Okay, what is it?
Sorry, I had to get tuba guy in. Chiaroscuro.
Oh, really? I was surprisingly
You
close.
were.
It was even simpler than I thought.
He actually gave the word chiaroscurist.
Okay.
But I went to the noun chiaroscuro.
So this is something that can be done then.
Yep.
If there's this is somebody who does it involve some sort of engraving?
No, but good guess.
Does it involve anything in a cave? I don't know why I thought of that.
It can be found
Come
in
into
a
my cave. Come, I am the Niagara River Lion. Play for me. Play for me in my cave.
Well, what is a bunch of human bones in here?
Never mind that. Play.
The images often frame Bono in shadow with glints of light around him, lending a chiaroscuro elegance to his presence.
It's like a silhouette? Something that creates a silhouette? The art of creating a silhouette?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
I don't know.
Sure. The arrangement or treatment of light and dark parts in pictorial work of art.
Yeah, ish.
Ish.
Yeah, you can give me point.
So we're going to give you point.
It's a pretty hard word.
7.5 out
the
of
difficulty. It's like I tried a quadruple sow cow.
What a term. Askance. Or askance. Sorry. Second word of the day. Askance.
I think it's ESKANCE.
You think it's what?
ESKANCE.
Askance.
Oh, ASKANCE. Give me a sentence. We run out of time, too.
We're getting low on time and we're doing a countdown.
Well, I couldn't help but look askance at the dealer's assurances that the car had never been in an accident.
Oh, kind of like sideways, like distrustingly. Yeah, I should have known that.
Askance
That's
means
a solid
in
half.
a way that shows a lack of trust or approval or with a side glance.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. That's
1.5 out of 2. Not bad.
And 1 point.
That means you're 2.25 out of 4 for today. Pretty good.
What did you give me for the spelling of the other one? 0.7. No, that was wrong.
Chiaroscuro?
Yeah.
You were close on the definition. I gave you 0.75.
You gave me that much? Even after I got a sentence?
Sure, baby.
Okay. That's nice of you. Okay. We are live tomorrow for this show.
Yeah.
From Metro Cinema at the Garneau.
It's party time.
Leading into the ESTIES at 7 o'clock. On behalf of the Coop, that's Zachary Kubish. On behalf of the Glue Guy, that's Jason Milne. I'm the man without a nickname, Reid Wilkins. Have a great evening.